Thank you. And we are live. Let's see here, get everything set up here. Oh my goodness, excuse me. My allergies are kicking my butt. This hair and dust. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Start the show sneezing. I hear the replay, and it's about 26 behind. Why does the audio sound so far? Mic audio. Okay, hold on. Why is there like an echo? I hate Windows. I took back the Mac. Can't change it now. Alright, what's going on, Rob? Hope you're having a good Sunday. Okay, you can hear everything in the background, so I gotta find a filter to filter this out on Windows. But yeah, man, having a really good weekend. So yesterday I was at my locals, and I'm gonna share some pictures that I took. I posted on Discord. I'm gonna share that out too. Why does it sound like this? If I change my mic real quick, the microphone, does that fix it? See, I got the DOIO H08C. Oh, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. All right, so let me get my view set up here. Where's Brave at? Brave browser. There you are. Struggle streaming already, right? Struggle streaming. There we go. It's over here, okay. The where you at here? DOIO H08C. And fun fact, I'm typing the wrong keyboard. Let's see, let me turn up this keycron on. And fun fact, the 8-bit DOIO has been seen in the wild. I'm trying to pull it up so we can see that too here. IOH. Let's see. Oh, this one. You got this one and the 08B coming. Oh, wow. Wow. Let's see here. H08B. DOIO H08B. Okay. Ball in 250. So I'm curious. Wow. Wow. And I have the stick module for the X series. I need to sit down and do a full like X series kind of breakdown. But wow. Because the way PS5 works with capture cards on OBS, you need to disable the output for yourself since it sends it to stream. Okay, I think I fixed it. Look at this. And this, I've seen this on fightstick, all fightstick, excuse me. Oh, so this one has the 2 buttons in the bottom. Well, it's similar, just different colors. Where's a better picture so I can see closer? Go back. There we go. Look at that. Perfect. Thank you. Things fixed. Okay, good. Yeah, well, I like this thing. So, DOIO, I think we've been talking in the Discord about how we love their build quality and their products, but, trying to order them, I always say just order from AliExpress or SmackApe. I know SmackApe now is their distributor in the States, as far as I understand, and I've had a good experience with them. But, you know, trying to get things in from them, because you order from there directly from them, they take a month to ship it. It takes forever to come out to you. I'm sorry, just put something down there. But yeah, they take forever to send it out to you. Wow, I like that. It's a Vuelix layout and a noir. Nice, 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 nice. Look at that. Come back. Oh, now you can see it. There you go. Because this one here is kind of sloping up, definitely. And you know, I've been seeing this layout more, right? For those who don't know the layouts we're talking about, right? So, and I fixed my web capture screen here. So I figured out how to make that better. This is it. There was a diagram that had all the layouts. Where did I see it at? Is this one? For those that don't know what we're talking about, because this will give you a clue. So I'm gonna open this bigger. Because once you start going down the rabbit hole, you start finding, okay, what's going on here? Like why do they look different? You know, you have your different layouts, they kind of slope up and around. I'll kind of zoom in here. This one's kind of goes up and around. This one kind of slopes more down. Like very similar, but slopes down, right? Whereas here it slopes up on basically your pinky. Your pinky is your best reference to kind of figure out what's happening here. Okay, so what is going on? So my pinky here kind of goes from my index finger like straight out, whereas this one is up and down. Almost more ergonomic almost, and this is more like, you know, kind of out. I found the direct partner, AliExpress, and they are 10 out of 10. Nice. Communication will work with you on discount. On Dan discounts too, that's fire. That's fire. Yeah, it's... And again, finding these folks right, trying to make sure you're getting the best, not only the best deal, but that you're getting what you asked for, that you know it's going to come to you, all those different things. That's really, really good. And the really thing too is what's so funny is I felt like before the tariffs, things were so stable. And in the past 2 months, it's not that they're bad. It's just things are just less stable. It just is what it is. They're, you know, trying to, who's selling what, the price of what. There were some things I had in my cart, in my wish list that were saying you can't ship to the US. And then if I research for the same product, it was coming up. It was coming up. I can't even think right now. It's still coming up from the same vendor, but just a different SKU, right? And a different price, much cheaper price too. So like, okay, that's really kind of weird, but it's all just kind of like getting everything mixed up. And here's kind of a good clue, right? So you look at the American layouts, it's just straight across. Wow, look at that. And you have your Vuelix, the Noir, the cross up, your Sega. Look at all that, and your all button. So kind of figuring out the all button is a lot like a Noir and a Sega blend. It's almost like a Vuelix Noir blend when you look at the all button, because it does kind of go up and down, but it also kind of goes up and flat. Right, whereas the Noir definitely goes up and straight back down. And I can't talk, I'm sorry. I can barely breathe. And the Vuelix kind of goes up and straight out with a slightly up at the end. So that's very interesting. And you got another one, the HO2HE. What is this one? Arrival's been out here just killing the game. HO2HE. Where are you? Right. It's basically here. It's essentially, I'd imagine, it's this. Just with the and when you go on DOIO, like, it's so interesting how they do such a great job with marketing too. Like, they have every pad you can think of. The prices, I think, what gets people the sticker shock, because you're like 133 or for something else for cheaper, right? For half the price. But they are all metal, and when you hold them, they feel dense. Like, you could, if a fight broke out at a fighting event, you would come out on top for sure with this thing. They're aluminum. Like, look at that. And I was looking around their site. If you have their regular pads, you can replace the board inside. And I'm trying to think where I saw that. It was because they sell the HE board by itself. And I don't remember where I saw this thing. Not here. right here. I want to say, well, this is their optical. I'm sorry. Here's their optical board. So you could take your board out and drop the optical in there if you wanted to go like a Keychron optical. So DOIO, they really are just like on top of it. They thought of everything. And I think they have different shapes. There's different upgrade models here. And there was another one. I just don't remember where I saw it. They gotta get rid of the spank me picture though. I hate that. I don't know why. It's not bad. It's just I don't know. Something about it's just like I get the joke they're trying to make. I don't get the joke at the same time. Like, not a good joke. And then if you like metal keycaps, like all the things, DOIO, like I said, they have a lot. But the thing is, when you put your order to them, you just be prepared to wait. It's not a big deal. Just you get it directly from the source. Be prepared to wait, and then figure all that out later. And the tariffs, I don't know how they handle the tariffs. You may be paying at your door or with the order. I don't know, right? So just double check all your things. But the prices on their site are good, and the quality you're getting, they are all metal and aluminum. So yeah. So let me see. Where's the 8-bit dough? So also, what I saw in a while, I got around 1,000 in product for around 20% plus off discount. Wow, with the sleeves for the children. Wow, that's really good. So the 8-bit do leverless, for those that don't know what this is, let's see if we can get some pictures here. Boom. This is starting to pop up. It's starting to pop up now. Pre-order on Amazon. $89. It's a full-size pad. And is 8-bit do 8-bit do? I don't know. We're just going to say 8-bit do. And they're really pushing the Switch 2. Like, look, you have a Switch 2, you can connect it through here and you get a full-size pad. And I heard the top is glass too. 24% discount. They fixed their tariff on the official. Oh, they did. They fixed tariff on their website now, but I think AliExpress is still better. So if you order DOIO, perfect. They've got their website set up with the tariff, so that's good. I know that was an issue for a while where people were kind of nervous. Again, everything was still new. It's still new now. It's really been roughly 2 months. Like we're talking, like I know we kind of talk weekly, so it feels like there's a lot going on, but to the public, they're still waiting for the dust to settle. So that's good. They got that all worked out. AliExpress, I still love AliExpress. It's one of my favorite sites. Amazon, AliExpress, chef's kiss. I love those two companies. So look at this, and I'm curious what people are going to think about these bean-shaped keycaps. I got to get one of these in for review because it's not a full button, and I'm curious for people with like bigger hands or just anyone really what they're going to think about playing Street Fighter and these different things and just sliding your thumb over or all the things, right? But when you lift it up, you see the face. It makes it's an angry face, I guess. You can see the eyebrows and the smirk. Like I think that's really what they were going for. That's what I think. It looks to me like a smile. The controller includes 4 replacement buttons with alternate low-profile caps. Wait a minute. What? So you can raise and lower? Or you can flatten it out? Look at that. Wow. So it comes with like a plug. Interesting. Oh, shout out to The Verge also. Not only do they talk about tech, they also talk about gaming. So shout out to The Verge. Oh, and based on the mode, use the light switch. Wow. For $90 on Amazon, no tariffs. DOIO. We got to give them a yes, sir. Like,
yes,
wow.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And I know the Nintendo look. I like the Xbox model. It looks prettier, right? It looks that black, looks real aggressive. But this one is the one I'd be considering the PC model. I've got to start pushing my Twitch to get more subs so I can like cover the cost of these things. I don't even know how I can get subs yet. I got to figure out how that works. Let's see. There we go. What else do we have? So here's the Xbox model. This one looks nice. I like that look. But it doesn't come with all the features of the PC model. It's if you're on Xbox, you're set. Like this thing is really dialed into Xbox. But if you don't have, I mean, I have an Xbox too, but I don't, my son that plays it now, so I'm pretty much a PlayStation PC guy at this point. Yeah. And, you know, I had to reach out to Code too. So shout out to Code Venom Snake. So now I have Virtual Fighter Revo installed on my PC now. So I haven't tried to test it yet, but it's there. There was a Steam sale over the weekend. Also, yeah, if you guys are into Steam, I don't know if it's still going on. There's a Steam summer sale. It is still going on. So if you're looking at different things, like I picked up, let's see here, Tekken 7 is $10. And if you want just a full game, just give me all of it, $20. I mean, just do it, right? Lei Wulong, just do it. And then, like I said, if you like Virtual Fighter, did I spell it right? Where are you? Right there, boom. $13. And did I buy the full? I don't know which one I got. Hopefully I bought this one. I'm not even sure which one I got. But either way, you know, Virtual Fighter's out there with all the things. $15. So did you see the new Kailh Galaxy Star Mini? No, I did not. But they dropped, but I don't know the controller house. What is this? And speaking of Kailh switches, we got to come back and talk about this. The LoFree Specters, yeah, they're nice. They're nice. They're very wind engine-esque, but they are very nice. Kailh Turbo Star Magnet Mini. Wow. Now I have. If we were to bet money, who would come out with the first model? Well, my first thought would be Hot 42, right? But I'm going to change that. I think DOIO might be the first. Because DOIO, going back to their list here, they have every shape, every type of functionality. Regular, you want regular cable, you want optical, you want HE. They have all the things, or how the all the stuff, all metal. I would not be surprised if Kailh, if DOIO or Hot 42 were the first to kind of put something. What's the force here? Is this? Can we see the force? Oh, it's a 30. Interesting. With a 2.8 full travel. Interesting. Push to full magnetic. Wow. Look at that. Interesting. Kailh's not playing around. They're like, look, there's demand, we sell. There's demand, we sell. Wow. Did I get everything EBITDA? Yeah, I got all of it. Yeah. Yeah, wow. Wow. And then, talking about switches, like I said, so last week I installed, it was last week before, but I put the LoFree Specters in, just testing these out, see what I think. And yeah. Or else the Hot 42 got the facts. They're definitely going to be on it. Code, shout out to Code. Code, you're going to be happy. I don't know if I'll play it today, but I bought this on PC and we can officially play Virtual Fighter now. And you can officially give me the business pause. That's a pause. I can't even say take a beating. That's a pause. You get the point. You get the point. I'm not that good, but I'm definitely playing the Drunken Master guy and the Dragon, the Praying Mantis guy. But yeah, man, on sale. A bunch of stuff is on sale right now for Steam. So you guys want fighting games? Only thing that's not on sale that I'm waiting for, I got a funny feeling it's going to go on sale when Sagat comes out, is Street Fighter 6. This is still $39. So I want to catch this and like all the content. I just want to get all of it. $50 for the year 2 pass? Jesus. What? I didn't know it was the ultimate pass, but I'm really excited about for Sagat. Sagat looks really cool. It looks really cool. Sorry. Muhammad Osman, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Want to review the season. So funny you say that. School's got me tied down a little bit, but I'm gonna give you all a sneak peek. I wasn't gonna really do this, and actually, I'm like laying out my review schedule here, and I may just do some things early because holidays in the States coming up, so I was kind of nervous. But look, let me show you something. sneak peek. Custom art and stuff. I forgot to put the company logo, but it actually lights up here. So this is all in. This is here. I haven't changed the switches yet. I'm debating what I want to do, but this is coming. This review is coming for sure. And I'll also tell you why I haven't dropped it yet. The reason I haven't dropped it yet is the algorithm has been hit or miss with my channel because of the tariffs. Ever since tariffs, it's been hit or miss. So my plan right now is I have, I think, 1 or 2 things that are not Hot 42 that I need to get out. I'm going to get those reviews out and let the numbers do what they do. And then I'm going to slam you guys, pause, slam you guys with a bunch of Hot 42 content. I have a couple pads, I have a couple of different things, and a how-to. Why does the mic keep going in and out? Let me change my view and bring back this stupid thing. Let's see if that fixes it. But that's my goal. Like, so it's definitely coming. It's definitely coming. I did not forget. It's been here. It's only been here for a couple weeks. I've only had a little time to play with it. And also like holidays, travel. There's things been going on here that's kind of been disrupting my flow. But yeah, I can't wait to talk about it. And I'm still getting my thoughts together because the census right now is it's the best Hot 42 pad. And I'm torn. I'm torn. I'm torn. So we're gonna talk a lot about that. But so I don't want to do it on a day where it's a holiday where we can't have a full like breakout discussion. I want it on a day where like where it's the focus because like this week's the 4th of July for the States, so people are out of town next weekend. But we're gonna work it all out. Let me pause there. But yeah, thank you, Mohammed, for reminding me. Thank you. Happy Sunday. Raul dropped a 2mm throw mod for the Gateron Jason. Nice. He's on it. He's modding everything today. He's like, I'm taking it all apart and maxing it out. Nice. Trini, shout out to Trini. Happy Sunday, Trini. Trini, I was at my locals last night. Oh my God. I lost the first match to Claudia. I didn't know what was going on. And I didn't play Street Fighter, just Tekken. I know it's a different game, but still. Yeah, I put work on this dude to win a game. I like him. He's one of my buddies. He's a really nice guy, but I almost felt bad. But that match, I was really on it. And I lost to a gen. I'll try to show the pictures. I had a lot of fun. I wonder if there would be better than the shadow hunting switches. Bless everything. So let me put why does my audio sound like trash? I hate Windows. Let me try this. I'm gonna mute the game audio. So, what was I going to say? Just lost my train of thought. Mess with this stupid audio. The switches. So these switches here, these LoFree switches, right? These, when I played with these last week, these feel a lot like a wind engine. So there's the Kailh spring season, there's the LoFree Specters, and there's the wind engine, obviously, right? These, I put them on the P and they were so snappy. I was shocked. Funny thing is when I got these, I didn't even really care to like these. I was like, well, I need to review. I need to test them. So let's get them in. And I got the Hades. I figured the Hades I liked more. I actually like these more. I think these vendors are going to start using these as their stock switch to like be a competitor, not so much competitor to the wind engine, but the wind engine it's a Hot 42 Cosmox thing, right? That's their thing, if that makes any sense. So now vendors can say, well, we have a very similar switch with the Kailh or the LoFree Specters. And I think these are fantastic switches. And again, I need more testing. I need to put them on a T. I need to put them on a metal pad. But as far as plastic's concerned, they're fantastic. They're snappy as heck. Well, I'll say this. If you like a wind engine, you're going to love these. They feel very at home and they felt snappy. I was shocked. Go says play VF5 now. I can't right now, Go, but we're definitely playing that. I need to set it all up. We're definitely playing and make sure like my account's all set, all the things, right? But I just want you to know, I was like, I make sure the Code knows it's here because he always supports. Shout out to Code. And then Trini, I'll have to figure something out. Maybe what I'm thinking too is a lot of times a wife watches like, the murder shows, like, the investigate shows on Friday nights, or maybe I'll do a Sunday where you guys could just teach me how to play Street Fighter and I'll just kind of work with you guys on Ryu or Ken and we'll kind of figure it out. But I think that'd be kind of fun. But I'm working things out. And then the other thing I'm working on that I really want to do, I reach out to Speed Labs. I really want to do some interviews with the vendors. They're going to be kind of softball questions because, again, it's business, right? They can't disclose their flow and everything that they're working on, but just to, I don't know, answer some questions that we all may have. So I need to figure that out and see how I want to do that. But that's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. And again, if it wasn't for school, I just, my mind's kind of fried a lot of days, and I'm doing 2 schools at once technically. So anyway, yeah, man, yeah, all that stuff. Bella Bellamris. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna say this right. Bellamris, probably something like that. Hey, I sent you a DM on Discord to ask some advice about premium levels. Yeah, no problem. Well, actually, I can answer right now as we're here. It's a live Sunday. This is all perfect Q&A time, so we can talk about it. I'll read in 2 seconds here. Squadron Corsa GTR. I love that name. Happy Sunday, bro. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Muhammad Asman, sheesh, that custom art looked up. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Respect. I put it back. I was about to say respect the artwork. And it was so funny. That artwork was made. I used ChatGPT. I don't know which version I did. Maybe 3. I think it was last summer or last January, something like that. There was like 6 to 10 that I liked, and I couldn't find a home for it. You know, I gotta flex again. I'm gonna flex. Hold on. Yeah, man. We gotta respect the artwork. Gotta flex. That came out legit. And I actually did some things that kind of flip and twisted to make it split, and this split kind of helped. But anyway. I will say this though, before I go, and you know what's funny? When I move from the mic, come back, it's like it's trying to recalibrate. That's so weird. Good old Windows. Okay. The one thing I will say is the artwork. Trying to do your artwork with this pad is a little challenge because this is so narrow. See how like the bottom lip of a T is gone and the top of a T is gone? Your artwork, you will be slicing it very, very horizontal. That was the only challenge I ran into. But again, all this stuff, I'm trying to get my thoughts together so I can put it all in there and kind of like blot it all out. But yeah, I'm really excited to sit and talk to you guys about that one. That's gonna be fun. Also, another question: how would you rank these leverage controller companies? Okay, so recently, I had an issue with the Switch because I replaced the Switch on a pad 5 times. Now I know it's extreme. Let's call it spade. What I'm learning is one thing about Hot 42 that I never noticed: their switches click in place, and on the X series they kind of like wedge real tight in, right? Oh my gosh, this audio is gonna make me so angry. You guys can hear me. You can hear. It's just, I know it's. I sound like I'm in a tunnel, and I apologize. It's Windows. Anyway. Focus. Their switches snap in place. So when you're taking it out, you need. So with the. I need to grab the DOIO switch puller. So you really guys need to see what a bad switch puller looks like and what a good one looks like. And I put it away. But just, I'm explaining it to you. Yeah, I put it away. So with a Hot 42, right, you need a good grip, and you'll grab it and snip it, it'll come right out. With most of the other pads, they kind of are just there. I think DOIO's pretty, not DOIO, dual pad, I think they're pretty good in there too. I have to go back, I haven't double checked all the pads now that this happened. But the point being is this: they snap in, you have to kind of like grip it and like whip it, and it snaps out, and it locks in place. So when you're playing, it doesn't shift, it doesn't snap, it doesn't move around. Some of the other pads, they don't. And where I'm going with this is, I never thought about how your switches sit inside the pad and the pins that lock it in place, how they play a factor in how long it'll last. I'm probably going on a wrong rabbit hole, so I'm going to let that go. When it comes to brands, so far, Mitrix, their version 1 leverless, it's not there yet. Their version 2, I think it'll be fantastic, but their version, because the layout's fine. Everything they did is fine. It's just, it's not built to the best. Hot 42, from my experience so far, I gotta give it credit. I have no problems with them. They've done a very good job. Dual pad, from my experience so far, they've done a good job. Then I'm seeing different things at Discords, but you know, I'll say this with Hot 42. Hot 42 has 37,000 people in their Discord. So when you see bad things about Hot 42 in their Discord, like, hey, my power port stopped working, all these different things. it's a weird dance because it's like saying Walmart sucks. Yet if you go to the city to travel, the first place you go is Walmart. You need something, right? So it's this dance, right? So you have Galakeys, Hot 2, Razor. Those three I've had good experiences with so far, and dual pad. I'm looking to the side to see, like I said, I've had a good experience with the majority of these pads. I haven't felt like cost has gotten me more, if that makes sense. Oh my god, this echo's driving me crazy. I haven't felt like that, and that I feel like that is the major factor, right? Do you need to spend $300, $250 to get a good experience? And I haven't seen that yet. Well, when I was at the locals last night, I saw the Vitrix, the big bulky one. That thing was built like a tank. But again, it's basically a box with buttons in it, right? So it's a different game compared to these flat pads. Yeah, and I just got to pull the picture so I can show you guys what I saw. Why does this sound so bad? Microphone. Let me check the chat here. Bell is fine. Bell, okay, there you go, Bell. They're nice. Shout out to Bell. Happy Sunday. Maybe next Sunday we could play Street Fighter. I'm learning Kimberly now, so it should be Sunday. Kimberly, I fought her once, and I got my butt kicked. She's bouncing around. I never really see her in my rank. I don't really see her, so I would struggle streaming. Like, okay, what do I do with her? But like I said, Sagat, I'm really curious about Sagat. I've been playing Rue ever since you guys showed me about the down punch that it is, where he charges up. I had a lot of fun with that. Who else? Dalso. I still do like the Dalso because no one uses him. I feel like what I do and don't like. I like that it kind of gives me time to think because people don't really rush me. But at the same time, he moves so slow that I'm trolling too when I play Dalsum. So I'm having fun trolling, but I have a feeling I'm disrespecting the community because I'm trolling so hard. But I actually like playing with Dalsum. It was kind of fun when I played with him. So anyway, we'll figure that out. Oh my god. Okay, so let me mute the game out. If I do this. PC audio. Oh, wait. The PC audio is peaking. That's what it is. Let me just turn this off. How about now? Let's see if that fixes things. That's going to drive me crazy. Javon Gaucher. Nice. Paradise Arcade Impress is goated. Oh, what is this? What is that? I should know this. I'm probably like slipping. Much better. Now I can hear my own audio. Much better. You know, I need to get an Impress Nat. I've been wanting these for I need to reach out to their team because I think they have an XL model. Is there an XL? I figured out my PC audio was like double. That's why I was doing that. So I'll figure that out when I start playing the game. I've been really wanting to try because I think so what was cool was I actually ran into the person that temporary shipping delay notification will be out shipping orders until okay, so they're figuring it's tariff. So no one's mad at them for all that stuff. It's all tariff things. Here, I really, really want to try one of these. Oh, they're aluminum too. I forgot about that. I think I remember. They have Kailh V1 switches. Was that why I didn't reach out to them before? Are they Kailh's? Ugh. What switches do they have here? I'll figure this out and see what's going on here. Because I remember this company, and so fun fact. What got me into this space was my brother. There's a place in town that's like they have Japanese games, like the touch games from Japan and I think Korea too. So we happen to go on like a Wednesday. We're there, and this is December 23, and it's holidays. We're out, work is slow. We're just hanging out. Well, as we're getting ready to leave, the locals start showing up. We didn't even know. Like 7 o'clock rolls around. We're hungry. They don't roll up. But as we're kind of like, they have monitors in the middle of the room. They start putting on the PlayStation, Xbox, PCs, and they start playing. So time passes, and then I walk around. I see a hitbox. I see I think Snapbox Micro, and something like custom, all these different random leverless. I was like, let me try this outside. One of the guys let me try, him and his buddy, let me and my brothers play with their controllers for like 30 minutes. They were showing us how to do stuff, and that's what kind of fed to where we are now. And I saw that guy last night. I give him a huge thank you. You know, like that kind of helped the channel grow and spawn Dr. Jones, really, right? But yeah, I remember seeing one of these, and I think we played on this. So I really want to get one of these in. Let me check the chat here. All right, well, best out the box experience, bar none, is Romel FK2. Shout out to the FK2. FK2 is right here. I played the tournament on Tuesday with this pad here because this came in during the holidays, and it's been so busy that it wasn't like off camera. I've used it, but just the reviews, different things, it hasn't come up. So I got to play with it last week, and I'll probably play with this today too. But yeah, shout out to the FK2. The discussion fits my question exactly. Perfect. That's fine. Paradise was Victrix Pro. I did see a Victrix Pro last night too. FS12 is a B to work inside. I gifted mine to her. Oh, really? Because when you look at the case, and we're going to talk about, I'm going to check your comment here. We're going to talk about the different options here. This is the one I saw, the big one. Yeah, the big boy. Right here. Yep, this is what I saw last night. And what's so funny is anybody that's considering this box, don't spend $400. It's on Woot. It might still be there. I spelled that wrong. Is it still out there? It says so. It was $150. They might still have it because Woot moves their sales to different links. Well, you know, right there, boom, there you go. So if you were considering this box, and again, I saw it last night. This thing is big, beefy, and heavy in a good way. Like if that's your style of play, you're gonna. And I don't know all the ins and outs. Like Rob was saying, it's a pain to do what it needs to do. Those things I don't know because I don't own it. But as far as weight, balance, size on your lap, it's a big boy. Not that one. Oh, is it sold out? It does say sold out. But if you keep checking Woot, I've seen it pop up 2 or 3 times. They have the different colors, purple. You know, who cares about the color? But they had this thing for $150 or $160 instead of $320. So, and it was brand new condition. So if you guys don't know about Woot, download the Woot app. They sell one thing a day on a discount price. Like they have microphones today for $199 instead of $250. But their whole thing is one sale a day in a different category. And then Amazon bought them out. So now they have subcategories. But I've been buying from Woot, for over good God, like 10, 15 years. Like they're a very, very good company. Shout out to Woot. Let me check the thing here so I can see your comment about pads here. It's funny. Oh, where's my thing? It's downstairs. Dang it. You asked me the perfect question, Bell, because this review is coming up for this pad. I'll show you guys in a second here. Bell, FC champ Ryan plays Dawson, but yeah, he gives you some time. You can teleport. That's why the teleport's cool. I think he's cool, but like I was telling Trini this. Like I feel like I'm trolling, right? I may have told Zuck because I know Zuck was teaching me a little bit too. And Zuck, I haven't forgot about you because Zuck's already reached out and said, hey, if you need some tips and pointers, we got on the phone, maybe 2 months ago. I don't remember. I'm losing track of time right here, but we talked a few months ago on a Friday, just kind of hanging out in my Discord on voice chat. And he was just showing me a bunch of tips and tricks for Ken, and I had a really good time just understanding like kind of how the game works. And where I struggle is I'm a Tekken player, so I kind of get frustrated where I'm like, oh, I can't do my Tekken things right. But I love just playing with you guys and learning because it does help my Tekken learn Street Fighter. Because Street Fighter is kind of hard. Like that down kick Hadouken, that boom, boom, boom is actually pretty hard to execute. And when you start playing Tekken, your execution gets a little bit faster. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Mohammed, I'm surprised those controllers don't use magnetic switches. I think it's coming, Mohammed. I think now that they have this switch from Kailh, I think this is magnetic. Yes, it is magnetic. Now that this is out, I will not be surprised if DOIO and Hot Rig 2 have something cooking already. I would not be surprised. Have you seen the Epidos coming out with the new Leverless? I'm torn between that, the C and the M Ultra. So it's funny you mention that, Mike. Yep. We were talking about that earlier. So here is that 8-bit dough, and it's out in the wild. Review copies are being sent out. And they're doing their thing, right? It looks pretty nice. I don't like this version. I like the black one better, but this model is the one I would get because it's more versatile. I could play it on PC. It has all the different things that I would need for myself personally, but the Xbox one looks the best. Where's that? right there. To me, this one looks the best, but it's very Xbox specific, and that kind of hurts because I play mostly on PS5 and Switch now. I have an Xbox, I just don't really use it. My son's taking over that, so yeah. Yeah, and between this to see, so let's ask this question. And this is like an early question because in a couple weeks we're gonna be diving deeper, but because I have a new versus that'll be coming. The M Ultra. Well, first let's look at Bell's question. Bell's question is, I'm figuring out which controller to buy. I'm very partial to the Split Ergo by Mavericke. The Mavericke is really nice. But you're also curious about premium metal from Hot 42, Gal Keys, Vermilla, and Dual Pad. The Hot 42 metal, which is the M Plus and the M Ultra, the C is technically metal. It's kind of in a gray area. But the M Plus and M Ultra, we'll talk about those. Fantastic. Like, the M Plus I use for my Tekken, and the M Ultra I use for Street Fighter. The M Plus is wider buttons, so I have my 4 and my other. I don't really need the extras, so I like the space. I have big hands. The Ultra is tied like a keyboard, so it's playing more. I use all 8, so I can get better use out of it. That makes sense. Now that I'm playing more Street Fighter, I'm finding that very convenient. But they both play fine for both games. You get my point. The Gal Keys, I should bring them all over here. The Gal Keys metal, I like that thing. Like, it has ring. If you want rings, put a short travel switch like the Kailh Saker Falcons, and it's just, that thing is snappy as can be, and it's wide. It's so light and thin, but it feels wide and really based on your lap. If that makes any sense. Yeah, and what else do you have here? The Vermilla. The Vermilla is in a different class because it's using the different switches. Windows box to adjust the activation. So on this pad here, and I'm using all the wrong words. I'm tired, so bear with me. But the switches here they're electric. We'll just say electric for. I don't want to stop and think what I'm saying. But you can plug this to your Windows box, and you can adjust the throw distance. So when I push down, right, do I want it to activate here, here, or here? When I lift up, do I want it to acknowledge my lift up here or at full throw? You can adjust everything on this pad to how you want it, but you will, and again, once you own it, you'll take the time to dial it the way you want it. But there's the options there. And what's your other one you had here? And the dual pad. The dual pad Zen is fantastic. The black, the white. The whites, what I heard about the white. The whites don't fly. I know the keycap, my white keycap got stuck, but I just took it off and changed it. It wasn't a big deal. But the dual pads in metal, far from what I've been using, I've had no issues with it. This difference is the Zen metal, the finger spacing is tighter. That one's downstairs too, dang it, because I'm doing a dual pad full video to kind of break those down like I do with other pads. The rings are tightest. The spacing is tightest on the dual pad Zen. Then you would go Gal Keys for slightly wider fingers. Then you would go the Hot 42 R16 for extra wider. But you're looking at metal, so you would go dual pad if you want tighter spacing and ergonomic. Gal Keys if you want your standard with the Hot 42 M Ultra kind of fits because they're all small buttons. So the M Ultra would be next for your standard layout, then M Plus, and all those things. You're naming good pad, and the Mavericke. Mavericke is split. The Mavericke, I actually was shooting that video yesterday. That one I had, and I've had it for months. That one, it's not metal top. It's like a C almost because it's a metal base and it's very sturdy. It doesn't creak. It feels very sturdy, and it has the extra large buttons on your thumbs, your fingers here. You're naming things you can't go wrong with. So you're asking like what would make you pick one or the other? I guess power ports, because the M Ultra has 2 power ports. The Gal Keys has 2 power ports. The dual pad Zen has 2 power ports. So if you break one, you have a backup. Outside of that, the M Plus, the Mavericke, they both have 1 power port. They have pass-through port. They cover all the bases. Everything is. And I'm looking across the room as I'm talking. This one here does not have a pass-through. You will have to use an adapter. On PlayStation, you do lose. I give your home button, your start button. You lose the screenshot button. That's just the adapter I found out. Because I was playing another controller last night, and the screenshot doesn't work. But yeah, all this works. That's what it's supposed to do. You're looking at good things. It's tough for me to tell you. My question would be this. This is my question. You owned a Mavericke key brawler before, but not the metal version, as it was almost $300, and now I can get the 2. Oh, because the price. You're like, look, I spent $300 before. Now I can get more for my bank. You can get. Okay. My questions would be: do you want split or standard? Because it sounds like you've had enough pads where you have experience. And then we can start chipping away at this. Do you want standard? As in, when I say standard, I mean, do you want it tight or do you want split where it's wider apart? And that does make a big difference because it just feels different when you're playing. It honestly does. Your preference for split. I'm just reading down. pinky button for the left. So if you want split and pinky, then you need the Mavercade, because the Gal Keys has no pinky. The GK21, you may want to, that's not metal. I don't know if metal matters to you, but the GK21 has 21 buttons, and I hope they make a metal version. But that one you can customize however you want, and it's like $50 on Amazon. This pad. And I'll read the chat here in 2 seconds. I'm sorry. GK21. $65. And if you log in, you're probably gonna have a discount. Because I'm not logged in, there's no discount. Oh, and they update. Now they have the white, so you can change your artwork. That's cool. But this pad here, for the price, right? You just make this what you want it to be. You have the pinky. Like, I actually use this for like left just joystick and right just games sometimes too, because it has the top 3 buttons and the bottom. You can just flip and flop this thing however you want. And it's on sale right now for $65. And like I said, I'm not logged in. This is like my fake browser. But I'm pretty sure if you logged in, you may see like $59. So if metal is not like a major concern, that's something to think about, I guess. And I'll kind of read a little bit more. Hard to find. Mavercade is the best option, but more expensive. Today for the top metal plate. Oh, you do want metal. I see. The metal plate on the bottom of Mavercade so far, I haven't done a tournament with it yet and all that stuff. Because that metal plate in a thick layers, and the way that it's made, if it doesn't creak. I think you're worried about creaking and all that stuff. Like I have a T. I have 4 T's. My T's are going strong. So like the acrylic, I hope that's not what's making you go premium. Or maybe you're flexing on your friends, and which I can fully respect, because you got to flex. But I'm gonna go through the chat some more. But and the Saker switches plus the shipping. The Saker switches are fantastic. The shadow hunting Sakers are like my top 2 short travels. They feel so similar. Like Kailh. Yeah, they feel so similar. They're really nice. When I was playing with the GF metal last week with the Sakers, oh god, it was fantastic. I was really surprised. All right, let me check. Mike, have you seen that? Yes, I did. We talked about that. Next Zoo. Shout out to Next Zoo. Happy Sunday. Honestly, not a big fan of Vitrix. Some people like. You're the second person today. I'll probably see in the chat as I'm rolling down. I didn't know, because I don't own one yet. Like I reached out to them and I'm trying to see what's going on here. But I really want to get, because I saw the flat one last night. Let me show you guys some pictures of that. I'm over here just talking from the locals last night, because I posted them in Discord. I saw this one. Copy link. I saw this at the locals last night. And this, like I said, this thing is beefy. You can see, okay, this is a good example. See the joystick and the buttons? Look how big this thing is. In a good way, right? Again, this is what you paid for. You want something stable and balanced in your lap. Yeah, you found it. They had the Street. So as we were doing the Tekken tournament, the Street Fighter top 8 was kind of wrapping up. So they didn't need as many boxes. So I'm watching, and this guy had this one. He was there with the Vitrix. Surprise, surprise, right? It's like, oh, that was cool. He was in the top 8, and he was playing Kailh. And yeah, Trini and Zuck and all you guys that play Street Fighter, we're going to talk about Kailh, because Kailh turtles so much. Anyway, he's fighting the girl with the hockey pucks, the girl from Mexico. She's T-Hawk's daughter. He was fighting her, and that person pulled it off somehow, because the Kailh was doing so many turtle defensive. It was really good gameplay, but I mean, anyway, it was interesting. And I'll kind of show what I took out. Last night, I wanted to try different things. So the goal was, how does a box and a flat pad figure out? So I took this one with me. Took the fight box out there, did my warm-ups with this. And the chair, you're kind of sitting kind of low to see how it felt on my lap, because I got to go to Evo. So I'm trying to figure out, what am I taking to Evo? So the white reins on here played really nice, no issues. That was really good. And then when I got in the tournament, I took this, funny we mentioned, the Saker switches, right? So here's a fun fact. I don't know if you guys are like this. I'm a stickler for, I like clean, nice things. When I was a kid, to give some reference, when people come over to play games in my house, like my parents were military, so their friends' kids would come over, these dingy kids, right? I would make people wash their hands before they play. My brother can attest to this. Like, you can't touch my stuff till you wash your hands. People leave, I would get soap, dish soap water, and wring it out real good, and I'd wipe everything down and all that stuff, right? So I say that to say, I'm nervous to take, when you guys see me play here, I'll pull out the M12 Plus, my black ones. I'm nervous to take those to locals or something, because I'm like, what if something happens? What if somebody's supposed to drink on my, I don't know. I know I'm being ridiculous, So I took the silver with the Kailh Saker Falcon mini switches. I was putting in work with this thing. I couldn't do a Hadouken from the left. You know, Fang's slide punch is like a basic Hadouken. My hands would not execute on the second player side. First player, I was a problem. But the first match was with Claudio. I had no clue what Claudio was doing, so I got destroyed. Second match was with Kuma, and I ran through them. I kind of felt bad because I was a little aggressive. I'd seen him before. I knew he's a really nice guy, but I did kind of be a little. I was kind of frustrated the way I lost, so I was aggressive with him. I ran through him. And then I had a gin match, and we went one set me, one set her, and the last set it was 2-2, and I lost with the last hit. I did an accidental rage when I meant to do something else. So you just kind of like, they're so short, I just kind of tapped it. I kicked myself. I had so much fun. She was talented, so we had so much fun just playing. But yeah, man, yeah, shout out to all the stuff that was out there last night. And I have some more. I'll try to show you guys the room if I can. And oh yeah, Joe Crush was there. Shout out to Joe Crush. He was the first person I played in a tournament. I sit down and people are like, who's Joe playing? And you know, you're sitting in a chair because you're waiting for the match to start. You can hear people talking. So I'm like, who's this Joe guy? Like, what's all this Joe's talking? And they're going on and on about Joe. And then Joe starts playing with Jack. Yeah, and it got ugly real quick. But the cool thing about Joe was he could tell he was way out of my league, right? He was nice about it. He beat me, but he wasn't a jerk, right? We had a lot of fun. And I think when I beat the guy I played that used Kuma, I think I might have been a jerk. And I sincerely apologize. I wasn't trying to be a jerk. I didn't know the level he was going to be at. So I was kind of nervous that I may get caught up. You know what I mean? But I shouldn't have been so aggressive when I played him. So in hindsight, I beat him 6 rounds to 0. That was pretty rude. I shouldn't have done that. And here's some pictures. Let me see if I can get this out here. And I'll read the chat here in 2 seconds. Bear with me. And what I'm really hoping too is I hope this inspires everyone to get out to their local. It's summertime. You know, I know everybody's probably out. That's a horrible picture. But there's the locals here, getting everything set up. And you can see Street Fighter. There's the guy I was talking about there. This is the guy with the Vitrix. Was that the Vitrix? No, it was the Vitrix guy. I'm sorry. He was not the Vitrix guy. The Vitrix guy, I don't know if I have a picture of him. This guy. I do have a picture. Well, I'm sorry, my friend. I know it's a bad picture. I completely apologize. This is him right here. He's standing next to his girlfriend. The black shirt with the stripes. He's standing next to his girlfriend. Or I almost say his girlfriend. I don't know who she was. So let me stop. This dude would be married. Just airing him as his business out. But no, he was super. I showed everybody on my channel, like, hey, this is who I am. Do you mind if I grab your control, take a picture? And I kind of walked over to one of the boxes, took a picture, and gave it right back. It was really nice. You know what I also noticed too? This leverless space, you don't need a gigantic backpack. I saw so many of these huge backpacks that carry these levers around. Like one girl, I'll be honest with you, it went from her shoulders to the bottom of her butt. Like it was gigantic. I was like, I don't know how she travels with this gigantic thing. All right, let me check the chat here. Let me leave this here. Respect the artwork as I read the chat. All right, let's see here. Vitrix Pro is tremendous. The Switch cap design out of the box is not my taste, but a little 1mm foam and Works Raptor Extreme to put it up there in FK2 tier like ultra premium. Oh, nice. Bell. I try to be typical. Yeah, I got you, Bell. Yeah, I have big hands. Okay, good. You have big hands too. Yeah. So for me, shout out to Mitch. She's always giving a hard time. But I wear a triple X riding glove, right? So I have long fingers, and some of these pads, especially the small. That's why like the Specter surprised me. When I play on the P and the S, I could do a review and I could play for like 2 hours. But once I start creeping past that, just my hands, because I'm fitting myself to this small pad, they start to cramp up, they start to hurt. Or if I do it like multiple days in a row, like when I'm doing the reviews, I put a good 10, 20 hours in because my wife will go pick up the kids. So I have like an hour to play, sometimes 2. So I can kind of like shut off work and just play for a bit till they get home. So I can cover 10, 12 hours or 20 hours in a week very fast. And doing that back to back to back, sometimes like my hands, depending on the review I'm doing, like, oh man, my hands are killing me. But yeah, I have big hands and want to be less cramped. Facts. Yeah, I play on my desk. Okay. So you never do low only on your desk. That's a big difference too, because how it sits on your desk. You're gonna want this. You're gonna want this stuff. This is what I use for all my pads here. This is called cat's tongue. Grip tape, something like that. Where's that? Where's it at? This guy. Oh, they have a roll. I need to buy a roll. What am I doing? Like a dummy. I'm out here buying the strips one by one. I buy this. So I get the clear and black pack, right? I should drop the affiliate link in the description because we gotta pay for this channel somehow. These I put on almost every one of my pads, even the dual pad Zen with the foam on the bottom. The foam does not grip to the desk. It grips to your lap perfect, but not to the desk. So I'll take this, I'll bend it in half, and then I'll cut it. And those strips are long enough. I can use 2 or 4. Excuse me. I can use 1 or 2 to cover pretty much any pad. And I'll show you. For example, here is the GF16, the metal Galkeys, right? So this pad here, I just needed it 1 and 1. And why it's so wide, I never do the middle, is because really it's on your legs, right? So my legs covered, and I need space for the stands because the stands are here, so I need some room, right? I do it that way, or this pad here. Oops. I'll do it like this, where I'll take this is 1 strip, so I'll bend it in half, cut it down the middle. Put 1 strip here, 1 strip there. That covers that, right? And then what you want to do is you want to put it lower because your mind's saying you put it to the top, but where it sits on your lap is down here, right? And then I'll take another strip, I'll bend it, cut it in half, and then take the individuals, these 2 right here, bend these, cut them in half. So now I can put a square, a square, a square, a square. And now it grips anywhere, any way I end up using this, it grips, if that makes any sense. So you have kind of 2 different ways to use that. The black I'll put on certain pads, and the clear, it's color coding. So I'll kind of figure out what the color I want. I do it that way. The other thing I recommend are these cable managers. Use these on all your pads. The Mavercade comes with the Velcro strips. You can kind of do it, out the box. But yeah, because I stepped on my tee last year when I first got it, and I had the cord. I got to do something. I stepped on the cord and yanked it, fell on the floor. Luckily, that pad is still going strong, but you can imagine that could have gone left, and then I'd be having a problem, right? But something to think about. Let me check the chat here. But yeah, these cat tongue strips are fantastic. And let me drop the link. Promote yourself. Where's the cat tongue? Cat tongue strips. Where are you? Where are you? So you can find it. By the time I find it, you already would have ordered it. I do a very bad job of. There it is right there. Boom. Found it. Copy this link. I can't do it. Never mind. Just yeah, I can't even send the link. I'm on a different computer. My Windows box is here. My Mac is here where I'm actually streaming from. It's a mess. It's a mess. Let's see here. Try to be tickled. Yeah, I play my desk now. Okay, so you playing on your desk makes a big factor, right? You can just adjust that with strips. No big deal. All the pads are going to be fine on your desk. What's next? Yeah, I have a keyboard that does that. Okay, I play on PC. You're on PC. Okay. You want ergonomics. So you're looking at the dual pad Zen or the Mavercade from what I have. I'm looking across the room to get my thoughts together. So Mavercade or dual pad Zen? What game do you play? Yeah, also what game do you play? I want some definitely split for me. Solid build and value is the most important. Gotcha. Without the top WAS button preferably. I wouldn't worry about that too much. 205 shipped versus 265 versus one of the Amazon AliExpress builds. I feel like the Mavercades are awesome, but are worth 100 or 140. Are they worth that much? You doubt it. I need more. I have time in it. I haven't had any problems with it, so I have a large fat. You have fatter hands with shorter. Okay, so your fingers, you need more space. So the Zen might be tight for you. Well, are you playing? You're playing Street. Okay, wait, you're playing Street Fighter. That's keyboard feel. So Zen will be fine because you're playing keyboard style. It's not as split as the Mavercade. It's just not. Because you're really the Fightbox F4S, which I showed you guys just now, which the Mavercade, the dual pad Zen, or all fights like making your own box with a split layout. Those are kind of like your 4 options that I own. 6'5", so general feels large. Yeah. I got you. Yeah, and again, my fingers are longer, but yours are a little bit wider, so you don't want that space. Oh God, I need to think. There's also Tikitaka, but that's not metal. But the Tikitaka S15, excuse me, that one's also a split, but it doesn't have all the features. So that one's kind of tough to recommend. Let me think on that one. Let me think. Because the Mavercade, I'm kind of pushing towards the Mavercade at this point. That's my thought. But the Zen, like Zen Black, this is Zen Black. But you're playing Street Fighter, so you don't need. They're both dual pad Zen Pro metal. Shout out to myself. Look at that. I'm the first. That's good. The algorithm's liking me now. AliExpress. Yeah, they're both good options. I don't. Here's the next. I would say this. Okay, if you're. Why am I getting this? If you're. Why am I getting this login AliExpress nonsense? A way you can consider is this. Do you plan to why am I getting this? Do you want rings or not rings? That'll kind of help you figure out which one to get. I know it's kind of a janky way to go over this. Why am I getting a login box? AliExpress, you're missing out on a sale, my friend. I'm over here trying to help you guys make a sale. And this is the white. I would probably point you to the black. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but you know, again, this is rings, and the Mavercade is no rings. That's the Mavercade is also beefier. But you can't see. I apologize. You can't see. Here's the dual pad with the rings, and the padding on the bottom, the foam on the bottom. The Mavercade is a keep fighter. Yeah, the keep fighters. I have the S. This one here is the one I've been using. And it sounds like you don't want the WAS. You would want where to go. Yeah, they also have a case. You may want to do this. I haven't seen. I know Sin Written Soul. Shout out to Sin. Oh, the button layout's a little bit different because see how 6 buttons with 1 on the. Can I zoom in here? You have your 6 and then your 7th to the side. It doesn't have that standard, so that's something to be considered. I think that's why I went with the WAS, the S3 model. Not so much that I wanted, you know, whatever. It's just that I wanted the standard layout, and that's why I went with that one. Keep Fighter S, this one here. This is the review that I'm working on. Because they had the 8 buttons on the side, and that really made a difference to my style of play. But I want to say this box, you can do it however you want. Yeah, that's a tough one, Bill. That's a tough one. I'm thinking. That's a tough one. Because as far as the splits right now, you really have the dual pad Zen. You have the Mavercade. Or make your own, you know what I mean? Or it's like the Tikitaka also. Tikitaka's there. Yeah. 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 Let me think some more about this one. So let me think some more about this. So, yeah, let me think some more about, because I have this split right here. This is a 5-box F4S, and basically it's essentially a case with a glass with a top glass top, and you can change. Like I changed the board, the Pico board that came with it, to a GP2040 board. You know, so you can kind of do whatever you want underneath. And these are just standard buttons, but they're adapter buttons. I have Kailh switches in my buttons. And this gave me that split layout that was wide, and it plays just fine. But on your desk, the boxes do feel tall. Like when I play here on the desk and using a box, like with the flat pads, they're here, but the box is kind of up here. So I have to kind of, it's not a big deal. I just raise my chair. It's not a big deal, but you will be kind of playing a little different, if that makes any sense. But yeah, let me check in. YouTube broke my links. I sent. Oh, okay. I was sent. Yeah, no problem. I'll check in a minute. I don't care about. You don't care about rings versus number. Okay, good. So that doesn't matter. Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, is the metal versus acrylic worth it? Metal versus acrylic. It's personal preference. What? Depending on the switch. If you're using certain switches, do feel better on a metal base. I think because the metal doesn't absorb your impact. So when you're like, I slam. So when I'm playing really hard, I'm like really beat this thing up. The metal receives and gives back, so that it kind of snaps quick. But I use my T all the time, like, and it's acrylic. So yeah, you've got a lot, because you're looking at a switch style. You're looking at materials. Is a metal versus acrylic either better? No, it's just not. It's really not. Because when I play on my T, I'm not missing my M+. When I play on the Kailh keys, that's in front of me, I'm not missing my M Ultra, if that makes any sense. So like
the material does not truly matter. So how making you win. I'll put it that way. It won't make you win. And it won't it brings a new element because it's gonna be louder. It changes everything, just kind of changes how you play. The plastic ones, those are the ones I probably like the least. So I would say metal or acrylic is where I mean, it was so weird. Those are the ones I like the most. The plastic ones, they're fine. They're more hollow because they're plastic. So they just feel different. But once you change the switches out, you'll find what you like. But I'm in a different space to you because I don't live with you, right? So I don't know what switches you have at your house. I don't know all the the roads you've gone down to get where you are now. I have so many switches. I can swap and swap till I figure out what feels right to me. And then when I do the review, I can tell you guys, hey, here's what I did. That's what I'm starting to do now. When I do where I'm actually playing the Street Fighter and Tekken, I try to drop a message saying, hey, here's what I did to improve, not so much improve, to fit the pad to my play style. And then that kind of gives more glimpse of what you can and can't do. Sorry, I hope that makes sense. All right. Let me check here. I linked. Kunal, shout out to Kunal Minhas. Shout out, happy Sunday, Kunal. What's good? I hope these are doing really good. I was with the locals last night. I went 1-2. I almost went 2. I probably gone 2-2. Because the next fight I saw the person that beat me, she lost, and that person went pretty far, but still it would have been fun. But yeah, shout out to Joe Crush. Like I said, he was there putting in work, and it was kind of funny. I felt bad for one fight. I was watching one fight from afar, and he was putting in work on this dude. But I started thinking about it as a pro player. When you show up at your locals or any event, you kind of have to go crazy on everyone because you don't know who this person is. This could be some guy that's just broke. He's poor, right? Say that he loves the game, but he has no extra money for these things. Right? These are luxury tournaments. They're luxury item, right? And this person may just destroy you, and they have so much skill. They just don't have the means to get their name out there. So I was watching. I was like, wow, he really has to go in and really play. So it was really cool, and also really nice guy too. If you ever see Joe at an event, say hello. He's got a twin brother. Come to find out. Say hello. Super nice guy. Very very down to earth. Real cool. So yeah, shout out to Joe and the team. I got to go run some games with my brother and cousin. Thanks, Kunal. Thank you. I appreciate you. Shout out to Kunal. Definitely one of the day ones. Have some fun. It's summertime. Get out there and beat your friends in fighting games. Go out there and beat some people up, right? Shout out to Kunal. Bell, yeah, you need a PCB leverless. My desk is too tall as is. Sin, shout out to Sin. Happy Sunday, Sin. We were just talking about you. Your Sin has the Mavericade. I showed Sin's Mavericade. Well, actually, I didn't, because his top is a little aggressive. For the ladies on there, can I show? Well, I might just show it. Well, I don't know if I can show his case. There's a beautiful woman on the cover, and it's not a graphic. It's just. She's very summertime-esque. We'll put it that way. Yeah, I would use a Seiko or Shadow. Okay, perfect. So you want short travel switches. You're already aware of that. You want to know if you want a metal base. Oh my goodness, what you want split. There's really, and that's the thing. There's really not a lot of options. Or if you want split, you're really looking at. Okay, one more question, Bill. Is this your first leverless? That's another question. And you are so informed, I can almost tell it's not your first leverless. He said, the aggressive succubus one. Yeah, send that one. I actually like that one, but it's like, it's a family show. It's a little aggressive. Turn boys to men.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
Let's pull some things
sir.
off the shelf and let's kind of get them on the table here. I'm sorry, my hands are ashy. It's bothering me too, right? So I'm trying to put some lotion on here. Lather my hands up before we start demoing the controllers. Slide some things out the way. And now they're all slippery. Now I can't grab anything. All right, let's slide some stuff out the way. And let me put this over here and we'll show you some stuff. Okay, so first, let me go grab the Mavericade. 2 seconds. Okay, I'm out of breath. Whew. Ran downstairs. Okay, let's get some things here to kind of break this down, because it's actually a good question. This is so funny. I'm kind of hoping that Hot 42 does a split layout pad, but I want it full size. Give me a T with a split. Okay, out of breath. I'm gonna get silence. Okay, we have everything on the table. Let's turn some music on here too. It's very cool. Like quiet. Can I even hear the music? Did I turn it off? We'll see. All right, let me check the chat here. We'll see what we got.
There we go. And we got no echo. Nice. Let's turn that down a little loud. Okay. So here we're going to go through the splits that I have. Right? So let me get some things off out of the way. That's loud. Oh, there's a stupid echo. Okay. No music. So let's put this over here. I'll show you what you're looking at. Get this out of the way. Okay. Desktop audio. Turn my mic up. One, two, three, four, five, six. You guys should be hearing this in a second. I know the audio's turned off. 1, 2, 3. Boom, there we go. I'm sorry. Yep, music's off. There's also a delay. So I'm looking at my screen. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's an 18-second delay. So if you ask them, they don't answer, that's why. All right, so here we go. We're going to start with this one. Here's Tikitaka S15. This pad here, split layout, the rings actually attach to the switch. So your buttons, you can't see this, they sit very, very flush. And that's a good thing. So if I don't slide, but people that do slide, and I have the Tikitaka Panda V2 short travels in here, so it's even more shorter than usual. Fantastic pad. The only things that I wish they would do, I feel almost bash Tikitaka because I love Tikitaka, but I feel like they're just like one step away from perfection, right? 3 power ports, fantastic. If any of your power ports break, you have 2 extra backups, perfect. There's no screen, which most people wouldn't care about, but I care because I wish there's also no pass-through port. I wish there was a pass-through port in the screen so I can put it in PS5 mode, put a booter in here and just play, right? You can't change your artwork because it is matte finish on top bottom, but outside of those two things, the no pass-through port and no screen, fantastic. The split's fantastic. Large button, small across the body, doesn't creak, none of that stuff. I've had no problems with this. You get an adapter, you're good to go. So this is acrylic Tikitaka S15, right? Next acrylic is here, dual pad Zen. Fantastic. It does creak. If you bend, if you flex it hard, it'll creak. But it has this plate in here, so it doesn't creak as much as like the R16. The R16 that one gets a bad rap because it was the first of this style. So the design was new. Everyone that came 6 months later improved it by putting this big plastic wafer in the middle, and it's very sturdy, right? This comes with upgraded switches out the box. Comes with ghost or white rains out the box. The blacks are always ghost, the whites white rains, right? You put art on the bottom because these lights are insanely bright. But fantastic pad. It has a menu buttons. You can change your settings on the fly. And this is like on AliExpress, it's like $50, $60, right? We'll say 60. So the spacing is tighter, but for Street Fighter in the games you're playing, I don't know if you might feel it. I'm not sure. You said you have fatter fingers. So for me, mine being skinny and long,
I can play those games, but for you, I don't know if they'll run into each other. This is the tightest spacing. For those that need tight spacing, this gives the tightest spacing. All right, so answer that question. Next acrylic is, okay, we're gonna group the Mavercade, and this review, if I can get it done today, because fun fact, Squid Game season 3 just came out, so family, we've all been watching that. We got to finish it. We have 3 hours to watch today when I get done streaming. But the Mavercade, right? Foam padding on the bottom. Yeah, grips to the desk is EVA foam. Grips to your desk and your lap just fine. And when you first look at it, it looks bigger than everything else. But when you do the paper test, it's very similar in size to the rest. It just feels that way. Oh yeah, first of all, let's pause. Respect the artwork. Can we respect the artwork? Yes, I know. I'm a boss. This artwork is legit. Look at that. Well, I mean, ChatGPT did it, but I wrote the prompt. And that's how this happened. So I'm taking full credit for this. But look at that. Oh, vengeance. With the Mavercade on the bottom. Vengeance, right? Extra large screen, which I hope more vendors do extra large. I really like the extra large screens. You would think you wouldn't care, but when it turns on, it's like boom in your face. When you're doing, like checking your input history, you can see it on the bottom. Anyway, all those things. The metal plate here with the acrylic top, these like loops right here, I'm thinking about putting a lanyard on it, but I'm afraid this acrylic's gonna crack, so I might not do that. But either way, it comes with this piece here to keep your cable managed. You plug it on the top, and this will keep it in place. Small button, these are 23s, so all small mediums, right? Because 23s across the body with extra large 28s in the base here. And yeah, I have the white reins in here right now, and it's doing its thing. But this, yeah, the split here, because it doesn't have rings, so I have to think what I was going to say. Anyway, it's and I bend, look, if I flex, I can hear the creak because it's acrylic. But if you really you don't hear anything because that metal plate keeps it all sturdy, so it does not creak. Unless you really try to make it right. Change the artwork, just take off the screws with a Phillips, it comes right out, and there you go. So that's that. Next, in metal, now we get to the metals, right? Let's start with, I forgot about this brand, DOIO. This is the HitPad Pro version 1. Mine only does Gaterons, is the version 1. The version 2 does Kailhs and Gaterons, right? This pad here, one large, all smalls. This is small. All smalls with the one large. They're actually 23s, right? But you get the point. So, but the split is fine. This is all metal. Top and bottom. It has 2 power ports, a pass-through port. Did I say all the power ports? The dual pad Zen had 2. The Tikitaka had 3. The Mavercade has 1. And this has 2, right? But the pass-through port with all DOIOs, for whatever reason, is not enabled when you buy it out the box. So I have a video showing you how to do it, but you got to turn that on. The firmware, I just wipe it and put Pico as soon as it comes in, because the buttons will be kind of mapped weird. But you can figure all that out. If you know what you're doing, you can figure it out. It's not hard. I have the video showing how to do it. But yeah, here's another option. Yeah. The next metal is the dual pad Zen Pro metal. This pad here, the foam on the bottom will slide on your desk. On your lap, it's perfect. So what I did was I put the cat tongue strips. So you can see there, I took one strip, cut it in half, boom, boom. Now on my desk, it doesn't move. It sits just fine. Your lights button here, and it's all that stuff. You could, I mean, it's just glued on. You could take this off. I might take one off, put EVA foam just to see how it works, because I have EVA foam sitting over there, just to go through the process. But you can do it. Feels just like the Zen, just a metal. It also has the leather padding down here on the bottom, and the metal. But given your hand size, we used to get fat fingers, so again, mine are long, so I don't always feel this. Depending on the game I'm playing, I always feel it, but you get the point. 2 larges, all smalls across the body. Menu feature, which is new. You could press this and adjust all your settings on the fly, like Xbox, PS5, like things you probably don't even care, but it's there. These lanyards are magnetic. They snap to the top, comes with 2. I just tape mine down because the magnets weren't very strong. It's there, but it'll come loose. So I always have it there anyway, so I just tape it down because my plug is right here and the pass-through's right here. This is running the Shadow Hunting, and the white one has Sacred Falcons, and they both play great. One more. And then we have the box, right? So if you're looking at a box, this box here is actually pretty thin. It's probably about 2 adapters. If you put them sideways, it's about 2 adapters or adapter and a half as far as height. Because this is Fightbox Arcade. You can make at the end of the day, Firebox Arcade Mix and Special is they're putting the artwork for you out the box. They're giving you a metal base with like, I think it's glass, either glass or acrylic, but it feels like if it's acrylic, it's a thick acrylic. It could be glass. I'm not sure. It's probably acrylic. I don't know. And then the board, all the buttons. You're gonna end up customizing it anyway, but all those things, it kind of just yeah. This is the Tick Knock adapter buttons. I have the Kailh White Rains in here. That's what I prefer that feel, right? So I went with that and played great. I was winning with it, so that's good. All the buttons across the body, which they feel clicky, which is kind of cool. I put the reds so I know home and start when I'm looking for them, or I'll put grip tape on the blacks to find what I'm looking for. But yeah, it feels right. Yeah. So those are those. So those are all the metal splits that I have. And then you asked about two more. You asked about the Galkey metal. So this pad is big and wide, but it's your standard layout with rings. You weren't looking for that, so I won't go too deep. So yeah, I'm gonna stop there and read the chat, but I hope that kind of gives you a visual, some things that I've tested. Which is the best? I don't. There's no best, right? There's no controls best to anything. It all goes down to like playstyle and preference. That's what makes it so hard sometimes, like because you're pretty open. That's where I'm kind of torn. Your biggest question was the Mavercade, the or the Zen Metal, right? I think that's what you're really looking at. And when you look here, the split between these two is wider. Like this is basically an adapter wide minus the metal head, and this is about an adapter and a half wide sitting sideways. The base down here is about an adapter wide. This is roughly an adapter and a half, two adapters wide, right? So this is but what's so crazy is when you look at the Mavercade, it looks huge, right? But then when you put a regular pad, it's the same width, same height. It's just I don't know how they did it. Like your mind plays a trick on you where it feels wider. I mean, this is wider. That's probably what it is because it is truly like these are split to the edge. You can see that, whereas these are not as far to the edge, right? So that's probably what I'm looking at there. But which is better? Neither. It's just this has rings. This doesn't. It's all back to preference. Yeah. I don't know. That's a tough one. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm wrecking my brain of how to give a better answer. Yeah, I don't have one. It's almost like if you ask me, well, M plus or M ultra, and you say, well, I play Street Fighter, I would tell you M ultra because you need all 8 buttons so you can find them faster. Whereas you play Tekken, M plus, But with this situation, it's kind of like it's a tough one. It's interesting. I'm trying. I'm digging, wrecking my brain here. Like what would I tell a family member to do? And all are good options, so it's kind of hard to say. No, check my Discord. Oh, you sent me a message on Discord. Said you pick. Okay, Music Bit Live. Fix that. Yeah, I would get the 14 Keep Fighter version. Okay, so yeah, 14-inch Keep Fighter. Yeah, yeah, it's a tough one. That's a tough one. How do I accept this? Accept. There we go. The Keep Warrior. I've seen this Keep Warrior. I've also owned. Oh, yes, you did own the Keep Brawler, which has the pill shapes for thumbs and pinkies. So here's my next question. It sounds like you're very familiar with the Mavercade. What's making you not go back home? Keep Fighter. That's a better question. What's making you not just go for? Because you had the Keep. It sounds like It sounds like you may have had the MX Switch version. Now you want a Kailh Switch version. Again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's my initial thought of what you're asking, right? Y'all can't see. Because they had different boxes. Boom. And you're asking kind of about these. Because they have these boxes here. There's a box right there. Boom. There's the one with all the buttons. I want to say this is what Sen has. I don't remember top of my head. I think he has the one with the 8 on the right is my point. Because here is only 7 buttons on the right. This has 8 buttons on the right. And this here this is their new one. where it has this, it basically split them however you want them to be. I'm so curious. I need to reach out and see if I can get one in for review. I don't know if they're in production yet or what's going on. I definitely need to reach out and see. Because my thought with this is, this feels right at home for me, right? Where I can just split them up, play how I want. I'm curious how it's going to play in your lap, because they have adapters, and how it's going to play on the desk. All the questions we all have. And I'll be doing live tournaments and playing with it and talking about it. So I'm really curious. Yeah, I'm curious about these for sure. You can keep only one for the money. If I could keep only one, I don't have an answer. I don't. I know it's such a crap. That's such a cop out, right? I don't. I have an answer right now. Oof, that's killing me. I don't know. I don't know. I'm really trying. I'm like, okay. For you, I'll say this. It sounds like for you may want to do this. Because you're in a space where, but you're playing on your desk. So I mean, you can raise your chair, who cares, right? So you might want to get, because what's the fight box? Is that a 16 or 14? I don't remember if it's a 16 or 14 box enclosure. We'll just do 14 because I don't remember which is which. You might just want to get this thing. Get the enclosure. Maybe a 16. I think it's 16. I think it's 16. Get the enclosure, right? You know, you get the leverless model, right? You may want to do this. That way you can get this. I would get the Kailh KT. Those Kailh KT buttons are really, or excuse me, not Kailh, Quamba. The Gravity KTs. They don't sell 24s, but they have 30s. Are they have 24s now? No, they do have 24s. Finally, I want some of these 24s. Because I have a box with, where's my box? Because this box has the KTs here. They were brand new when I got them. And they actually messed my order up. So this one's like a KS, which it's so loud, but these are so quiet. And then you can adjust them. You just twist it and make it higher, lower. I have them on short travel mode. And here are KSs. These are, I don't know, anyway. But I wish I could have done short travel KTs. But these play fine. Everything's fine. But point being is, here's a joystick and all that stuff. But that may be an option for you where your need is so specific to the sense where you could just come here and because there's a split. Where's the split thing at? There's standard. I don't remember which is which. Where are the splits? I'm kind of going fast here, but I remember coming through. There's a right there, boom, split right there. So you can come in here and get your own split top. Do acrylic or metal, I think. I thought there was a metal. I guess not. But it sounds to me I don't think you're truly married to metal. I think you're just kind of wondering what's going to give you the most longevity and the best like play, right? I think there's a metal. Again, there's so many options on this page. You could really dig in and get exactly how you want it. You may spend $200, but here's the thing. You can get like a GB2040 board, get you you're on PC, you can get whatever board you want. Get your buttons, and you'll probably be out the door 200, which is roughly what you would have paid for the Mavericade, right? I could be wrong. I'd think about the math some more, but you get the point where I'm going with this, right? Because if I got these, right? So I can't think. There's 8 buttons on the right, 2 on the bottom, and then your L3, R3? L3, R3, right? Boom. So add this to cart. So that's 12. Your directionals, I don't know if you want a big or small. Lots of they're small. I like them, you'll figure it out, right? So do 4 of these. All right, add the cart. Get out the way. Get out the way. Where's the cart at? So you're looking at $96 for buttons. That's 16 buttons right there. right? So basically $100. We'll say 150 with shipping. We'll highball it. 150. The case here is roughly 150 once you're done. Yeah, you're looking at $300. That's tough. At that, I see what you're saying. At that point, you might as well get the Mavericate or the dual pad Zen or the DOIO, something like that. Yeah. I don't know. That's tough one. Yeah, that's tough one. Don't want enclosure. You don't want enclosure because you're on your desk. Yep. Your desk is very tall. My chair is very tall. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I don't really like playing with the box on the desk either. On my lap, they're fine, but I know what you mean, on the desk, they are a hassle. So that's where the Mavericate and the dual pad Zen are a better fit, and the DOI are a better fit for what you're trying to do. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I need more time to think about that, but at least I was able to get everything out on the desk, and I hope you got a good visual and try to show you what they all look like in person. I hope that helped. As I'm racking my brain and really thinking. And again, it makes me go back to if you had a Mavericade. Oh, because the Zen is half the price of this. The Zen Pro Metal is half the price. I think that's where you're kind of stuck. You get like an analysis process, like, well, should I do that if this is half the price? That's what my thought is. Huh. Or I have a Quamba Gravity, can't talk. Quamba Gravity KT or Series of Business. Yeah, they're nice. They're really nice. Merlin, shout out to Keith Merlin. Happy Sunday. We're helping people figure out their next pads. We got the splits and all the different things. I was showing my locals last night. Shout out to Merlin. Merlin, you going to, and also, who's going to Evo? Are you guys going to Evo? Hopefully, I see you guys out there. If things go right, I should be there as far as I know now. But if anything changes, I'll let you guys know. I play fine with mine on my keyboard. Try to mount it under the desk. Yeah, I see where that's in. I think he just wants like a flat pad. The more I'm listening to it, the more I'm thinking out loud. I think that's what he's looking for. Let's see. Merlin, I bought the Hitbox AFS 16-inch at Evo last year. Oh, nice. Let's see here. That's 16-inch. Look at that. Something like this. Fire. I need to reach out to Hitbox. Hopefully I see them. If I can get out to Evo, I need to see if I can get a unit sent in. And I'll put together on camera. Just go through all the motions and really kind of like do surgery live and see if that... I think that'd be fun for you guys to watch. And because I know last year I had a really good time. Like I said, Mitch gave me a hard time, but it was just fun, just laughing and going through the process with you. Y'all can't see. Where is this at? Wrong. I hit the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Nope. And just learning from you guys, or just having fun, figuring it all out. That was really fun. But yeah, I had to see if we can get one of these for the review and all that good stuff. Milos, shout out to Milos. Happy Sunday, Milos. But yeah, money. Yeah, it is money versus form factor. What's that mean? Oh, shout Merlin. Merlin, do I have your permission to share your picture? You can show that. He already knows. You can show it on stream. Thank you. Shout out to Merlin. Merlin already knows. He's like, yeah, I already know. Look at that. How do I zoom back out? There we go. I'll zoom out. Bro, oh, fire. Look at that. I like the plugs. Look at that. That's fire. And Broly, fun fact, my brother and my cousin were big on Dragon Ball, so they kind of got me watching it. But I didn't get very far because, life, you know what I mean? So then my kids now started watching it. I think it was last summer or Christmas break. It was one of the holiday breaks they were on for like a long break. And they burned through the whole series. So it's so funny where we'll be talking about whatever, and how I don't know all the ins and outs of Dragon Ball, so I know some of the words, like, well, didn't Kakarot do something? They're like, no, Kakarot, actually Broly, and so like I see Broly, and then like Krillin, like they know all that, and Piccolo actually did this, and this actually happened to Soso, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm just looking at them with the bruh face.
Bruh.
It's so funny. I'm like, oh wow, I'm a dad now. I'm completely out of touch what's happening here. Oh, you'll be there. Oh, nice. Marlon will be there. You're probably playing Street Fighter too. Nice. House is on fire. Which one are you taking with you from Bell is really pushing me. He's like, which one is it? Tell me. I need to know. And it's like, Bell, I don't know. I'm going to leave the kids and take all the controllers, and I'll grab a Tupperware bin and run outside with all this. Run outside and figure it out that way, right? I don't know. Doing a bill could be fun. Yeah. Milos, I'm about to buy a PS5. Oh, nice. Should I buy PlayStation gift cards or should I buy a PlayStation Premium subscription directly? Should you just pay for the PlayStation subscription or get gift cards? The subscription, I would say, if you know you're going to play a lot of games, right? You want the perk of just kind of getting it. I don't know how to say it. Like Game Pass. Game Pass, the biggest perk to Game Pass is you pay, as a parent, I pay $25 and then my son can play, and my kids, they can play it's a Gang Beasts, where like these jelly looking cartoon alligators and cats, so they like fight and try to throw each other off the boats and all these weird they look like gummy carrots. Anyway, they could do that stuff. Or they could play like Gears of War. You name the game, right? So for $25, I get all this stuff in one package, and it covers the whole summer. That's kind of that. But the PlayStation side is similar, but I see what you're saying. Like, oh, I don't, because I pay for the subscription. I'm thinking about turning it off because I'm like, I'm not getting my full money's worth out of it. Because I pretty much play Street Fighter, Tekken, Call of Duty, DMZ, and then the other games I play, either I buy. Well, I'm looking at Ghost of Tsushima, that was included. So yeah, that's tough. Why do I have no thoughts today? I need more sleep. I should have an answer for you, Milos, and I apologize. I'm thinking. Oh, Guambo and AliExpress ships with some super fast shipping company called SpeedX. Oh, nice. That, yeah. Because when I got my KTs, they were brand new, so I had to order straight from Quamba, and they messed my order up. They sent me the KS larges. They weren't even the quiet ones. There was like these loud, like clacky ones. Then they sent my, so when I did that video, like taking it apart, put together, I had to tell the vendor, hey, it's going to be about a month because they messed my order up. So that was like, I ordered in August. It came like October. There's something ridiculous last year. But it ended up being a fun event, but still, you get the point. It was like, so I'm glad AliExpress, now it's been out for a year, pretty much 6 months to a year. You just give them AliExpress. That's awesome. Yeah, it was fun with the savings were better. So it felt more joy. Facts that are right. AliExpress felt like you were cheating the system. It was like, oh, I found this, I found that. And straight to my house in like 14 days, 10 days, lower price. I'm getting it from the source. You dummies are buying on Amazon. I'm getting it straight from the source for half the price. And now we're all like, oh, I gotta pay the same price as I would on Amazon. I gotta wait 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't know. The savings could be on point lately. Actually, I was able to get a Booter 5 and a Switch as well, and controllers were cheaper than on pre-tier. That's good because I saw the Booter 5 deal like a couple weeks ago. Mind you, when they started talking about tariffs around February or March, I knew things were gonna go left, so I stocked up with some things. I bought like 5, like I bought 3 or 4 booters. It was nothing crazy. Bought a couple. They were $25 each. I saw a couple weeks ago they were $52, and that was on sale. I was like, what is happening? That's more than a controller. That's crazy. Vendors want to make sales and really go above and beyond now. Yeah. I'm about to I asked for the fire announcement because if your answer is not the Mavercade, then the answer is money versus format versus material pretty easily. Here's where I'm getting stuck. I love the split pads, but there's not enough on the market where I'm married to it, if that makes sense. So I don't have enough options to like blah, right? Whereas if you said you want acrylic, I could tell you for Tekken get a T because it's big. For Tekken play anything, if you just want something only for Tekken get a T, because your hands, right? You can get the Galaxy GK21 because it's 50,000 buttons on there. You can make a split layer. You can turn the 21 to a split if you want to, right? That's another thing, right? Where, and you want metal, so like you're kind of GK21, right? Oh my God, it thinks I'm talking Spanish. Like this 21 pad here, you could, it's going to be a little angled, but you could turn things off to kind of, well, you actually really can't split it. It'd be like a weird split layout. I take that back. But yeah, I don't have an answer, Bill. Oh, I don't have an answer. I'm leaning towards the Zen Black, but with all the tariff stuff, I don't know if it's going to be the same price that Maverick. I don't know. I don't know. Those, given the splits that I have, even the, yeah, I don't know, because give you your finger spacing you need. Because I would tell you this. I would tell you, you're figuring things out, right? Get the dual pad Zen acrylic. It's I think it's $56. And AliExpress is not coming up for some dumb reason. And the reason I'm telling you to do this is you're figuring things out. Did I spell that right? I spelled that wrong. Right. Oh, now it's 70. Okay, which I mean, still not. Whoa, $200. Oh, 162. Wow. Tariffs. This used to be 115 before the tariffs. This was like 56 before the tariffs. The 63. Okay, boom, 63. So you can get one of these, right? You can change the artwork on the top and the bottom. Here's the point I'm making. You can get this for $60. See if you like it. And then if you like it, you're kind of set. Y'all can't see. I'm sorry. You can get, here's what I was kind of going over here. Like the prices have like changed. This one was 115. Now it's 160. That just kind of is what it is because of tariffs. But for $60, 65, right? And if I'm not logged in, so I'm sure if I logged in, I'll probably get more discounts. It'll be at your house in 2 weeks. Comes with everything you can think of because of White Rain. If you want Ghost or White Rain, the Ghost, if you're new to this, the Ghost might be a better feel. So I don't know. They're both the same. I like them both. So anyway, because you're probably going to take it out and change it out anyway. Anyway, $60. You can figure out how your hands feel on this pad. This is tighter, but it's Street Fighter. So you're going to feel, it's like a keyboard. It's going to feel right at home. The split is not the widest split, but it is a true split. It's wide enough, right? And then if you didn't like it, you could probably sell it to someone for 20. I don't know. Because the other ones, you're creeping up to 200 on everything else. This is roughly, with all the things, roughly close to 170, you know what I'm saying? You're creeping up to 150, 200, whereas here, you're creeping up to basically $75. It's more than half the price to kind of figure out if you like it. Even the Maverick, right? Where are you? Right here. 150, right? So the same price as in metal, basically 150. They're both basically the same category. So for half the price, you're testing things out on this. The rings, you're not even going to notice it. It does have rings, but it's not a big deal. But at least it kind of lets you know how you feel about it. I don't know. That's if that's what I would tell someone that was new to all this. Just get a Zen, try it out, and that'll give you. If you're the split is what you want, then that will kind of put you in that space without the high cost. Because I keep going back to, if you had the Mavericade, if you're familiar with the brand and you liked it, I almost want to tell you to go back to that because you know it, right? And I know you're like, well, there's other options. What do you think? There's not as many metal split options. So that's why I keep bouncing back and forth between these two, because these are the most similar in what you're looking for. So let me just pause for a second. Santa Ravasor, that's huge. Milos, there's a tier premium deal for 190 euros, but I'm not sure. Should I buy that and then add 30 euros from Crash Team Racing? Or should I simply buy a 200 euro gift card, pay for 1 year subscription, and buy Crash Team Racing, maybe Crash Team Rumble? Yeah. You can sort of get deals, but not default. Coupons. I'm seeing if anybody in the chat's answered before I say what I'm thinking. It comes down to 1 year subscription plus 2 games that are on sale, or 2 year subscription plus 1 game on sale. I would say get 1 year of the 2 games. Yeah, that is why I include for I'll come back to this. Let me come back up here in a second. Um, the reason I'm saying the 1 year is if you, I don't know what the prices are for 1 year versus 2 year, but what I'm really getting at is this. You may find you're not using PlayStation Plus and you're only just using the games you paid for. Like I'm kind of falling into that category. So I'm thinking about lowering my. I don't even know if I need PlayStation Plus to play Tekken Online. If I don't, I may just turn it off because I'm not really using it, right? Um, because when I play, I don't have much time to play, so I dive in the games that I know, and then I kind of go from there. And the single players, I can just buy them from GameStop for super cheap if I really wanted to. So that's where I'm kind of in that weird space, and that's why I keep going back to Xbox. Like with that one, I have so much experience with Game Pass that I know what I'm dealing with, and I'm kind of cheating myself when I really think about it. You really got me reflecting on my own life habits here. I'm not maximizing my PlayStation Plus, and I get all the free games they give me every month. But to your question, should I be paying for this every year if I'm not getting the full value? I gotta start checking myself. Man, Milos, I had a reflection moment. This made me reflect on my own life.
Bruh.
What am I doing here? They always talk about this, right? The subscriptions, how you once, oh, it's cheaper if you just get a subscription. Next thing you know, you have 10 subscriptions, you're paying more than cable, right? It's that weird dance. And here I am talking out loud about how I'm in the dance myself. Yeah, that's why I included for Milo. So if you're considering yeah, Bill, if you're including the Vermillo, you're basically mixing standard and split, metal and acrylics. You're mixing. Okay, when I'm thinking out loud, everything's getting mixed. I do just do this. Just do this. How much is this? 156. Jesus. If you go to AliExpress, it's way cheaper. This is the kind of good and the funny thing about Hoffery too. You can kind of safe bet people. Like people kind of go on and on about how many models they have, but to be completely honest, look right there, boom. You'll get both of these for $200. This is the Ultra. This gives you that tighter spacing, right? Full metal. It gives you the tighter spacing for like Street Fighter, all those different things. Then you get the M Plus for $88. That's the 12. So you want to get the 16. If you want the 16 buttons, it's 100, right? So the same price as what you're looking at. And you can pick your color, silver or black. The silver, I would tell you not to get. My silver is already kind of showing wear on the wrist area, so I'm leaning more towards the black, right? You're getting 2 pads for the price of 1. Just do that. It's not split like you want it, but the Plus is bigger and wider. But I mean, my fingers are long, so I might have more reach than you do. She said your fingers are they're thicker, right? Bruh. Your hands are thick, right? So the Ultra's probably gonna fit more, but you're getting both for the price of essentially one of these. The Mavercade. Where's the Mavercade? Right there. So 150. You know, you're kind of getting 2 for 1. Do that. Just do that. You don't need this cable. Well, it's $2. You don't need it. Because it comes with a cable. You don't really need it. Do that. Do this. Get the M16 black. M16 Plus, not the regular. The M16 Plus black. The M Ultra black. You're spending $200 flat. It's free shipping. It's like a slight tariff, right? Can't do it. Will it show me the tariff? I just do it this way. Go to cart. It does not show me the tariff, does it? No, I have to log in. It doesn't show me the discount. Yeah, fine, get it. Blah blah blah. When you log in, it should be cheaper, but essentially you're looking at $210 plus a tariff. But you're getting 2 pads for 1. That I don't know. I'm torn. But and if you're going acrylic, right? If you're going acrylic, you can get a T. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I have to think about this. $60. It's on Amazon for $60. You can get it, not the R, the T. You can get a T for $60 right now on Amazon. That'll give you that feel, right? Yeah, I don't know. Because you can get a Kailh keys and T. Now I'm like racking numbers in my head. Let me breathe for a minute. Let me breathe. Which one you grabbing? It is 115 for me, the metal one, when I log in. Oh, okay, it's 115. Okay, the Zen, yeah. Zen. Yeah. Like I said, yeah. Yeah, I can get the M Ultra and Ali for 125. I just wanted to know which of those you grab it. There's a fire. Yeah. My brain is like freezing, like trying to like throw it out there because, yeah. And as I slow down and breathe and think for a second here. Shout out to Smack Ape too, the Impact 80. This keyboard's actually come in handy a lot, and I like these switches for some reason. Like and it's so funny. I like a split layout. Like my preferred keyboard is this Microsoft one or my Logitech. The Logitech's on the floor. I have a keychron, but I don't use that for travel. That one's not very good all day long. Kind of hurts my hands because it feels better. This one here, it works fine. It's just a different feel. And there's no wrist rest on keychron. Like, why do mechanical keyboards have no wrist rest? Every Office pad has a wrist rest because I won't dive down the keyboard rabbit hole, but yeah. Yeah, I'm stopping and breathe for a minute. Let me think. It's hard to beat the slap leverless on price. Yeah, right, Sen, exactly. Yeah, Bell's cracking up. He's like, if you want something more custom, meet your X criteria, you have to pay unless you luck out. So, yeah. But which one has your heart? You can figure out all this stuff. Okay, I had to breathe. He put me through the ringer. My brain is like, it's hurting over here. Yeah, decisions. And I guess again, the best advice I would give at this point is don't marry yourself to metal. I don't get, well, it's a couple things. I don't know what country you're in. So if you're in Pakistan, it is harder because the people I talk to for Pakistan, it could take 2-3 months to get to you. And then the shipping, they can mess your stuff up. Like one person last summer, the switches didn't show up with the controller. So like, things can happen in that situation. So with the Pakistan folks, you guys have kind of a tougher choice because you do have to get it right the first time. And I'm sorry, that's just, I don't live there. It's just how your shipping works from my experience talking to 3 different people. Whereas you're in the States. Again, the States, yeah, it's a lot easier, but it's harder because you get more choices, but it's harder. In that case, you're only playing on your desk. Acrylic will be fine. But you want the Sakers and all that stuff, and the that's why I was putting the Ultra and the M Plus because they do feel they feel snappier. I guess I don't know. It's probably all in my head. I think because I can hear them, they feel snappier. But when I play on my T12, it plays just fine, and it goes to shadow hunting. So it's probably all in my head. But the acrylics, there's nothing wrong with them. Like the T's, I go to work on the T's. Pause. Yeah. And if you're on your desk, which you do want full size, I imagine you want to rest your wrists. Yeah. I'm like thinking, I'm really racking my brain right now because I like this question. But this is so hard. I'm like looking at as I'm talking, I'm looking over here at the shelf. I just want to grab everything, like pull one by one off the shelf because I have my smalls and mediums in one cubby, my metal large is another cubby, my acrylic large is another cubby, and my rings another cubby. The boxes and then the pads I don't really use are in another cubby. So I'm like just racking my brain to figure out like what to tell you. Vermillo, Ultra, GK21 Maverick Zen Pro Pick. So the Vermillo and the Ultra and the 21 are in your standard layout. So they're in their own group. So in that case, I'm sorry, the Vermillo and the 21. Yeah, the Ultra, they're the 21 is the cheapest of those 3. So it'd be 21 Ultra, then Vermillo as far as price, right? Given that you're not sure how you want it to feel, I would point you to the 21 because it's the cheapest one, right? And then the Maverick Zen, those are in their own because they're splits. From there, the Zen is the cheapest, but the Maverick you have experience with. So I would tell you go with what you know, because what if the Zen shows up you don't like it? If we leave the space too tight, like you name the reason you don't like it. The Mavericade you're familiar with, you know, you don't want to spend the money. It sounds like because you know you want to try something else. You're not being cheap. You do want to try something else, so you don't want to spend the money. But the Mavericade, you know it, so I would just tell you go there. But if you, my brain's racking. But you, I think you had the MX version. Maybe you never had a Kailh Mavericade. Yeah. I feel like I'm talking to my kids. But what if this happened? What if that happened? But I actually like this conversation better because I'm very familiar with all this stuff. But it's so funny, like how we rack our brain into like I'm really it's cracking me up because I'm really trying to make sure I gave you value and that I'm helping point you in the right direction. Because I get upset when people point me and I don't get what I was expecting, and I don't want to do that to someone else. But at the same time, I don't know you. We're not standing next to each other, so either way, I'm kind of guessing with the advice. So I'm like I'm being too hard on myself. So let me chill and breathe for a minute. I'm like, oh, this is where I need to make a Patreon. Stuff like this. I have my buy me a coffee. This is where I need to like, oh, my brain's racking. Okay, let me breathe for a minute. Let me get some water. Here's my water. That's so funny. Yeah, Merlin's cracking up. Bell's cracking up. They are all leverless. Same group, 65 to 170. I love Mavericade, but I'm biased. You know, yeah. And this is, so I've been looking at StreamYard and, well, here's a couple things going on here. I have my Discord. I might be able to talk to you on Discord right now, but there's going to be a delay. There's a delay because my headphones are not plugged into the PC. I'm listening to my own stream. So I'm hearing myself 20 seconds later, just like you guys are. I need to sit down with my test account and, because if I want to do interviews, and my goal is I want you guys to come and talk, right? And I'm torn if maybe I'll just do Discord. I'm torn how to make this happen because with StreamYard, I may have to pay for that. Restream does have where I can have you guys up here talking too. I may try that. I may just do, maybe I'll do a month of Restream because I'm already familiar with it. And that way, you guys, I don't know how you log in. You have to make a Restream account. I don't know. But that way we can just do live Q&A. You guys can like ask me questions and we can talk out loud. Only thing would be obviously to make this channel run, I can't have profanity and like, you know, all the blah, blah, blahs. Like, we're adults, right? We know what it is. Even if you're kids, you're talking to an adult show. So that's kind of, you know, keep it. And I trust you guys to do that. That's why I think that the live conversation would be fun. And then I can get people in the room, like Sen has tons of information. Mitch, Merlin, Trini, I just forgot his name, Milos, but it's right in front of me. What's your name? Kailh. Like, shout out to Kailh. I was slipping on Kailh's name, but you know, everyone, Arrival, right? Everyone has so much to share. That'd be fun to do like an 8-person, not just 8-person panel, but have people. Y'all know what I'm saying. I'm like beating a dead horse. You know what I'm saying? I just need to sit down, and the other reason I need to sit down and figure this out is I need to make 2 accounts. I need to make my real account, my test, and have them talking to make sure I can hear. Because on Discord, I know I can hear because I've talked on Discord before. The only caveat was there was a delay, and I'll probably have to run my headphones from the PC so that way I can hear live the person I'm talking to, and you guys will hear it on OBS, you know, 20 seconds later. You know, I'm going way into the weeds as I'm thinking out loud. You guys are, I'm thinking out loud way into the weeds. But anyway, because certain conversations like this, it'd be fun to just talk out loud, you know, and all that stuff. Which one makes you feel at home? Don't worry about the value. I researched a bunch, so I know I will get eventually. And my memory's slipping. When it came to the Mavericade you have, what made you? Do you still have it? Well, you had a Mavericade. What happened to it? Well, 2 questions. Is it the MX version? And do you still have it? Excuse me. Kiddo needs me, so I'm going ahead about. No problem, Bell. No problem, Bell. Shout out to Bell. Very fun conversation. Got my mind really racing and thinking here. And I hope at least what I showed kind of helped give you a visual what things look like, and as far as spacing and all the different details of that avenue. And I can't wait to hear what you land on. So yeah, shout out to Bell. Shout out to Bell. Shout out to Bell. That was tough. I'm still thinking now, like, oof, that was tough. Hey Google, set a timer for 2:55. because I have a hard stop at 3. I need to take a shower, and we have to finish Squid Game, and I have to do my homework while we're doing that too. The family that's told me, we need you to stop. We need to watch these last 3 hours. Yeah, that's no, you sold it off. It was Kailh, okay, but it was the pills, which I didn't like since it's very custom. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about now. Where's Major Kate? I know what you're talking about. You had one of these. I'm just gonna grab one, but essentially you had one of these, this style. Got you. But it was the pills, which I didn't like since it is very custom compared to something like going from this, which are standard extra large buttons with the regular buttons, to this. It is different. And I've been curious. I've been wanting to review one of these too. I see. Because I've never played a pill style before either. Okay. Yeah. I see. Oh, yeah, I like the pills on the keyboard. Yeah, Sin. I've seen Sin's. I think I showed that one, Sin, because I think that one is. I think that one's viewer friendly. That picture from a long time ago. Didn't you send me that picture, Sin? I'm trying to find it. If I find it, I'll show it on here. Why can't I find our conversations? Like, what is going on here today? Anyway, it's here somewhere. Why can't I see it? Like, what is wrong with me today? My brain is slipping. I'm trying. It's not there. That's so weird. I can search. Find a conversation. Send. There you go. Oh, this thing shortened your name. That's why. Because I want to show the box that you show. Is it? See if it's spicy or not. I don't think it's that spicy, this controller. You know, I can show this one. I'm going to show your box. It's fine. It's fine. I don't think they'll flag me. It's fine. Where's it at? Where's that? Here we go. Okay, well, I'll share this one with you guys. I don't think it's that spicy. Here's this box. Alex, I like the design. It's a little bit spicy, but I like the design. And then there is the, where is it? Where's your pill? I thought you sent me the pill. Like, the design is actually pretty cool, but it is spicy. Actually, I actually like the colors match, all this stuff, but it's a little spicy. And if anyone's looking for vinyl wraps for your metal pads, in my Discord, OMG, it's Dose. He does vinyl. He's going to be at Evo, so if you're going to be there and you need vinyl, you can put your order now, and he'll have it ready when you guys get there. So I forgot to mention that. So shout out to OMG Dose, and then shout out to Sen also. He made this for me, and I think I'm gonna print this out and put this on my GF21, excuse me, or GF16, excuse me. Oh, I think that'd be kind of cool. Just print this color out and, you know, put the guy on there, something slick. And if anyone's good with art and just loves making art for people, yes, send me some art, because I definitely need some ideas. I don't have that picture sent. I don't know where it went. I could have sworn you had a pill that you showed me a long time ago. I can't find it. But anyway, I don't want to like drag on like looking for this, because I cannot find that picture you sent me. Maybe you did. Maybe I'm tripping. I thought you did. Maybe I'm all confused. Anyway, all right, let me check chat. Basically is Ergo Mavericate worth 120, 130 more than the flat ones? No. Or is Mavericate flat split worth 70? The question is the split better than the standard? No. Unless your hands require it, yes. Yes, they're the same. Yeah, and again, this conversation, right? So Bell, here's where anyone else is sitting in the same thought. Acrylic to metal. When I had the T, I did not start winning more when I got the M plus. So by that criteria, the acrylic is not worse than the metal or better than the metal, right? Because you're going to change the switches. You're going to dial it into the way you want them to feel, right? Next, keycap size. Depending on the game, for Tekken, I like large keycaps on my directionals and my buttons. For Street Fighter, I like smalls across the whole base. So, you know, that plays a factor there. What was the other question? Split versus standard. I have so many standards that are all the same but a little bit different. They're all, you know, the rings, no rings. They're all these different things. That I can give a ton of input and guidance on those because I have so many. The splits, I only have like 4. And the Zen is in metal. I'm kind of like categorized as one just for conversation. That it's hard for me to tell you because I haven't had enough experience with bad ones, if that makes sense. They all feel nice. They, you know, but when I'm on a standard layout to a split, I'm not usually feeling like, oh, I wish I was back on a split. When I play on a split, I'm happy. Like, oh, this actually feels really comfortable. But when I go back to something else, I'm not like, oh, this sucks. I need to go back to the split. You see what I'm going? So they both have value. Yeah. And as far as the extra money, the Mavercade is a smaller team. So the amount of quantity they're ordering, okay. Hot 42 is halfway cheating. You're like, well, how are they cheating? They have worked hard to build their brand up where they can order, we'll say 1,000 tees and sell them. So they're going to get a discount on the price because they're ordering so many. Mavercade is a smaller team. They may have to order 500 because tariffs, you name the reason. So that raises their price. Even though if they were the exact same price, you would try either one and be happy. I don't know how else to say it, right? Neither one is better than the others. Just when all of us are spending our hard-earned money. Yeah. I'm stuck because I'm trying to like. That's why I was like, I thought you wanted metal and you wanted these different things. I was like, let's get the M plus M ultra, and then you can try them both, see what you feel. I'm leaning towards a T for acrylic, but you can't get like the Zen acrylic on Amazon, because I would tell you to try one of each and you can do a split and a regular and see how you feel. The S is so small, you're not going to like it unless you put a footsie on it, but now you're spending more money. And what if you don't like the S and the footsie? Now you're kind of stuck, right? So there's always things buzzing in my head that, and again, your hands sound like they're fatter than longer, so you probably want a wrist rest also. So there's certain things I can't tell you because there's no wrist rest. Like I'm looking at the Speedlabs Lightfox, that's an option because it's metal, it's affordable, it has the optical switches, it's something, you know, the DOIO standard, the Brooks Starburst, that's too pricey because for that much money you could get 3 pads for that price. So I'm gonna take that out of the conversation just for that simple fact. Again, not that it's bad, none of that nonsense, just for the simple fact of price. There's you can get multiple for the same price. What else do I have across the room next to me? So, yep. That's the crux. I know what I get with Mavercade. I just don't know what I get with Dual Pad Zen Pro. Exactly. That's why I keep pushing to Mavercade, because I feel like you're familiar with the brand, you know it. You're going to get it and be at home and kind of be your set. And then I'm feeling comfortable because I know you're not so much going out on a whim and ending up not liking it. And now with AliExpress, it's gonna be a pain in the butt to send it, but you probably need to send it back. It's a pain in the butt. But for you and your hands, because everyone's hands are different. No pad is bad or good. Well, there's one. I already talked about the one that I don't like. But out of that one, every other pad and everything else, they're all fine. It's just what you like, right? So yeah. I'm beating a dead horse here, but oh, here it is. Thanks, Sin. Yeah. This one's a little spicy too. Okay. This might be a quick post. Shout out to Sin. Sin likes it spicy. So let's see. This one's spicy. What's funny is, but you like it. It looks, and look, he put the custom keycaps on the top right. He put the custom lighting, the custom text on the bottom, the custom picture in the middle, the wings, the lighting, you know, all the things, right? It's a little spicy though. family show. I don't know if you guys watch Flossie Carter, right? Shout out to Flossie Carter. Where's Flossie Carter at? He does tons of reviews. Flossie, okay, he was looking crazy, looking like Brooklyn, those pictures. But Flossie Carter, huge fan of his channel. Just really fun stuff. Lots of reviews, right? I've been following him for a long time. But whenever he does a phone, he'll pull up Instagram. And you can only imagine it gets lit in his Instagram. He'll be like, it's a family show. It's a family show. A bunch of bust downs and Tatianas everywhere. But yeah. That's right. But will that either keep fighters split or go? He just released. Forgot about that one. Yeah. There's no way you were going to fight my key brawler. It was the second Leverless I bought after my M16. So it'd be dope if you chat. If you're... So it'd be deep. Yeah, it's deep. Yes, and thank you for sending the picture. I couldn't find. It was way back there. So that makes the price difference. Waver K is out of Canada. Oh, that's right. It's out of Canada too, instead of being for China. Right. So again, like with Brooks, the Brooks Starburst, there's really nothing wrong with it. The price is so high. I think because it's coming. I think it's from Taiwan, and all these different places. So if the cost of production is higher, you know, to get it to you is gonna be more. So all those different things play a factor. Where if that pad, we'll say, was $199 or $175, like in price of the Waver K, we'll kind of put it there. It's a totally different discussion, right? So all these things, you know, there's a lot of factors, Bill. CC, please. What company are you the most familiar with? At this point, I'm very familiar with Hot 42, very familiar with Dual Pad, very familiar with Kailh keys, very familiar with DOIO, ASI, LVO, Speed Labs, Fightbox Arcade, Tikitaka, Mayflash, Brooks Starburst in particular, Brooks, the Matrix. I'm looking at what else is next to me. That's 11. There should be 13. Oh, some of them are different, like the Nike. Shout out, you know, this isn't Leverless, but this Nike Flexi thing, this thing, I use this thing all the time now. Now I'm on PC. I use this thing all the time, and it works great. So shout out to them. And then the Hyperion, the Switch controllers, my kids use them every day. Fantastic. So if you're curious about like Switch gear, Nike, they're on it. They're on it. The GameSir, I can't forget what the GameSir makes fantastic. Their controller. That, let me show that too. Just I know it's not levers, but it's got to talk. But these, where you open them up, these things are fantastic. So they work on the, yeah. I don't want to go, but yeah, all that stuff. So yeah, CC, please. I'm pretty versed on the majority. That's why I need to reach out to the Impress Nano team, like those, the junk food, the other teams, to get some of their stuff in, and for situations just like this, to help you guys know what you're kind of putting your money in, what's the difference. Oh, Vermillo, I forgot Vermillo too. Vermillo too. Yeah, the majority of the brands, I won't say the majority, there's 50 million, right? But I have a substantial amount of experience, CC, please. So when Bell's asking this question, that's what makes it so hard. Whereas other folks, a lot of times people ask me very specific things. I'm looking at this pad or this pad, and here's why. And I can kind of break it down. His question is more open, and it's a very, very good question, right? And that's where it stumps me, but it gets my juices flowing in my mind, thinking, okay, and it kind of helps with reviews too when I talk in the review and I do the comparisons. Little points I should mention, that way anyone at home is kind of, I'm answering the question ahead of time. So, yep. Bell. Yeah, that is what I had. I have 3 spicy and 3 normal leverless. Shout out to Sen, so it's balanced. Shout out to Sen. 3 spicy, 3 normal. I like that. But I think I would just get the Zen Pro. Yeah. Bell, I would tell you to get the Zen regular. It's half the price of the Pro. And the only reason I say that is if you don't like it, because you seem to know what you like. So if it comes in and you don't like it, you didn't lose out on 150 or whatever, 115, whatever the price is, right? Because I like the Pro. The Pro is fantastic. The black Pros, I would tell you to get, it's fantastic. There's nothing wrong with it. It's right here. This thing, yeah, it's fantastic. But, you know, that's the only thing I've had to do to these is take off the stem. The stem that they come with, the black and the white, is a skinny like cylinder. And I think because the packaging, it gets mashed down. So sometimes your menu wouldn't work. I was like, what's going on? You just pop it right off. It's just clipped on or plastic. Pop it off and reset it, and then it sits at the proper height, and now it works just fine. But besides that, I've had no issues with my Zen Pro. Whereas, like I said, with the Zen, it's, yeah, I don't, you like it, yeah. My fear is that, like I said, it's going to come in and you're going to feel like, I'm not happy with what I ordered. Now I'm starting from scratch and I'm so many dollars behind. Whereas if you got the Zen and you really loved it, then you just buy the Pro and now boom, now you have you wouldn't need it, but if you wanted to go metal, you just get the metal, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. So it's bad. Oh, so all of them. I have a good portion, CC, please. Yeah. So my goal with this channel and with the website and all the different things I've been working on as far as what Dr. Jones is 694 is to really again provide value and help people put their money in the best place and get what's best for them. And when it comes to, because when you talk to certain people, they'll tell you this is best, that is best. Like if you caught Sin on a random day, he may say to you, I like the Mavericade XYZ, or I like the DOIO XYZ. Your mind may hear he's saying this is the best. They're not saying that. They're saying, hey, I've tried these different things. This is the one that my hands prefer. And that's kind of where I try my best to help point, okay, well, you're comparing this, then look at this one. You look at this, okay, look at that one. And kind of help you compare. At least you're in the same family of feel and style. That's my goal. Nice to have experience to be able to compare products across facts. And also it kind of helps, I think, the smaller brands and just the other brands too fit to the conversation, because let's be honest, Hot 42 has set this market on fire in a very good way. And they have so many different models, different versions, and allowed other companies to say, hey, this is a safe space. I'm going to do business here. And you may just get a Hot 42. You're going to like it, but you may just get one of those and not even try another brand when there's other options that are just as good or better, and for whatever your specific need is. So yeah, I'll kind of pause there, but that, yeah. I just sent you a Discord my AliExpress card. He sent me his card. I could literally buy both metal for the same price the Mavericade Ergo. Really? Let me see what you sent. Yeah. That's about right. Yeah. And that's where Bell, I was kind of thinking, now I'm thinking out loud. You can get a Zen acrylic. Was it 60? And you can get a T acrylic for 60, and you're paying the price of one Zen metal. And now you've got two different feeling pads for the price of one. Yeah. That kind of gives you both feels to see what you like. And if you end up not liking either one, you could sell them. You could do something with them in the States. You can go to locals or whatever, you may say you sell it for $20. You lost 40, but you didn't lose 140 or $100. Because if you bought a Mavericade today and you went to go sell it, that brand is bigger. So people might know the brand, but still you're going to lose some money on it. You're going to lose something, right? Instead of losing maybe 6 to 100, you can lose 20 to 40 with these other two. I think you'll like anything, but you see where I'm going with this. Like I'm trying to help you get in and also have an exit strategy. Because returning is not, I don't know if that's really the avenue to go. Anyway, let me check. Oh, look at those two. Let me show there's no personal info before I show this picture on stream. Yeah, your name's not on here. Your address is not here. Okay, good. I have your permission to share this picture on stream. Your AliExpress cart you sent me. I can literally buy both. Yeah. Okay, cool. Next show. All right, good. Let's turn this here. So what do we have? Okay, so now we're getting even spicier. You got the R16. Oh, because you want the left pinky. Then you look at the R16 or GK21. So you have the R16. Yeah, boom, you got the Zen acrylic. Perfect. And the Ultra. Okay. And the metal. I see. What I would tell you to do next to add in your list is a T. I would tell you to put a T in here because the T is wider. The keycaps are all big, and given the size of your finger, well, they're not that long, but given your hands, but you're playing Street Fighter, you need 8 buttons. Looking at your cart here, as we all can see, I'm gonna go slow. I'm sorry. Between the R16 and the Zen, well, you want the pinky, so you need an R16, but the R16 is thinner and more acrylic. It's going to creak. You're going to think it's cheap. It's not cheap. It's the first model. The Zen and the R16 feel very similar, but the Zen has better build because they had 6 months, or 3 months, we'll say, to improve the design of the R, where they put a wafer in the middle, where it's. I'll show you. See this white line right here? They put this in the middle here, and it's just thicker, a huge thick piece of acrylic. But the R is all thin layers. So when you hold it, it's like, let me grab an R. So here's my R, right? Oh, first of all, respect the artwork. We gotta flex. Respect the artwork, right? Where's my view there? Look at that. Respect the artwork. See how this samurai is slicing where's the controller? Slicing the controller. Out with the old, in with the new, leverless design. So anyway, let me stop. But you can see here, right? These are all acrylic layers. And then you have your board. So I put EVA foam on the bottom. So I went to Focus Attack and to test their site out. And I have foam printed to see how it works. Actually, this foam's really nice. But the R creaks because it's very thin. Very thin, and it's an older design. The Zen is very thin, but the Galkeys too, both very thin, but they added this so it doesn't creak like that. It feels very solid in your hands. So yeah. Soko, shout out to Soko. Happy Sunday, Soko. I wonder with Soko. Soko, what's your favorite pad? What are you playing on? I don't remember. Helping Bell figure out. I could literally buy both metal for the same price. Yeah, facts. Yeah, the Zen also has split and angle. Yes, it does. So I give up pinky button. I give up pinky, but gain lots of ergonomics. Yes. And just have to share my left thumb with 2 buttons parry. Right. Yeah, just talked myself out of the R16. Yeah, so, disregarding the creaking, the R16 will make, guaranteed. It plays just fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And you're on a desk, you won't really notice it. So you have that. You have the Zen. Thank you. So I would... Oh, you know what you would do then? Take off the Ultra in this case, right? And where's AliExpress? Put the C16 on here. Because I'm thinking in my head, like, what's the closest to an S? The C16. Right here. Put this on your list. So take off the Ultra and put this. Is it better or worse? It's neither. But it's essentially the same layout as the Ultra, but half the price. Right. So that way... Right, let's take off the spiciness. Let's take that off. Gets rid of some of the spice. Oh, I need to zoom back. I'm sorry. So you can see your quote here, right? So take off the R16. Put the C16. Leave the Zen acrylic. Take off the Ultra. Take off the Zen metal. Because the metal and the acrylic, you cover that for half the price, essentially, right? The Ultra and the C, you've covered that for half the price. But then the R gives you that left pinky. Well, then you might as well keep the R because people love the R. It's So there you go. So that would leave you with an R16. Let me make my card here. Okay, here's AliExpress. So I would have a C, add to cart. I would have an R16. Where'd it go? I don't know, I'm just clicking. I'm clicking around, so just bear with me. All right. And the R16 black does creak less because this acrylic is a harder wafer. It's harder, so it doesn't creak as much. But you want your artwork, right? And it also looks really nice. So I'll just put it. Doesn't matter. You'll figure it out. All right. So now let's go here. Go to cart. Okay, I'm going to take off the plus and take off the ultra. All right, so there's your, and the goal here is this is your S layout. So you get an S with the C16. All right, did I spell that wrong? Oh my goodness. There it goes. Okay, here's a T. Okay, so we're going to add a T to the card. All right. So what do we have? We have a tight space layout, a full size, you can't see what I'm clicking at one point. We have a tight space layout, full size pad, right? A full size keycap, full size pad, and then a left pinky with rings. And then we want the dual pads in. All right, boom. 70, boom, add the cart. And again, this is me just kind of like spitballing here, just thinking, okay, fine, get out the way. And these prices are not, I don't think this is, for you, when you log in, it's gonna be cheaper, right? $292, that sounds absurd. I would take some things off of here. The C, I would probably take off the R. So that's a full-size keycap on the T, a small-size keycap on the C, and then a ergo with rings on the Zen. And again, if you log in, I would think the price might, and with the, you know, the AliExpress points, all that stuff, you might be looking at 180. So that's 3 pads for the price of 1. They're all full size. You get your split, you get your non-split, and you get your, and the T is optional, to be honest, because you're playing Street Fighter. So the T is optional. So you may be looking at a Zen and a C16. So you lose your pinky, but you get your split and you get your standard, and they both are roughly the same size as far as spacing and all the blah blah blahs. I think we did it. I think we did it. I can breathe. Oh yeah, I can breathe. I think we did it. I think we might have did it. I think we did it. I think we did it. I think I need more thought, but I think, again, this is all the top of the head. That might cover all your bases to find what you like. And now that we've done that, you know, a few months down the road, like Christmas comes around, you have Christmas sale, you're like, okay, look, I love, now that I have these different options, I've used them all. I like this one. Like, perfect. Now I can tell you, you want a metal version of that pad, buy this. That'll, and then you can, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh boy, that felt good. What's good about the C16? The C, just art, no. So again, I didn't want to, this review hasn't been done yet. I'm still working on this because I've had time. I have some other reviews come up first. But here's the C16. And first of all, again, I have to flex. Respect the artwork. Respect the artwork, right? Why does the C16 matter in this conversation? Where's my M Ultra? My M Ultra. Oh, let me grab the Ultra. Here's the M Ultra to the C16. They are both full-size pads. They're essentially the same size, essentially, right? The base here on the bottom is a little bit longer on the Ultra compared to the C. I'm giving away all the review, but you see it sits like that. See how the top is taller, but the buttons are the same? And I can't, my camera's in the way, but see the base down here is shorter. But the point is this. This is full premium. This is half premium, half plastic. The base is metal, but the top is plastic to do all these like artwork things. I don't really care about the artwork in this conversation. For you, we're talking about playstyle, right? Artwork is the last thing on my mind when I'm discussing with you about what you're looking at. Since you're on the fence with different things, this is like an S, but full-sized, because the S is very tiny, and you're going to feel too cramped on the S. So that's why I keep pushing. That's why I mentioned the C, so that way you get your tighter spacing with smaller keycaps and one large on the bottom, but you get a full base to fit on your lap or your desk to cover that base, and you're getting it for half the price of the Ultra. But I'm spoiler alert. Between the two, which do I prefer? Again, art is not a conversation, just play style. I like the Ultra just because, well, I mean, they're both the same. Because they're both the same. It's just, if you had all the money, I would tell you buy the Ultra because it feels premium. I don't know. It really doesn't matter because when I play with this, I don't feel like I'm missing anything. It actually plays really nice. But for the sake of this conversation, for your situation, this will give you that smaller keycap large with a full base. There's your C. The T I keep pushing because the T gives you this large keycap across the whole body. And again, for you, it's price. So you can get all these different things for $200. That's why I keep bringing it up, really. Like, because if someone's standing next to me, well, should I get a C or Ultra? And money is an issue, buy the C. Money's not an issue, just get the Ultra. Money doesn't matter to you, just get the Ultra. And between the two, in that respect, neither is better than the other. It's just go premium because you can afford it. Otherwise, just get the C because it's half the price. I think that's what the C was made for, to fit the audience of, you want a full size, tighter spacing pad, but you don't want the premium price, just like the T and the M Plus, right? Same difference. I'm beating a dead horse. There you go. You know, I've never thought about that phrase. Beating a dead horse, that's a pretty disgusting phrase. I don't know why we say that in the States. That's such a disgusting thing. It makes no sense. Have you experienced the CC? Yes. Yeah, there you go, CC, please. Yep, you just saw the C. Yes. I'm between this. Okay, so CC, please. How do you like the spacing of the thumb buttons between the two? The metal feels nice. I'm going to answer two questions here. So first, Bell, yours is the shortest. The cart that we made for you, where's my mouse at? The cart we made for you, where it has a C, and I put the T there, right? But a C and a T, this gives you the ability to do one large keycap and all small keycaps, or all large keycaps with a little wider spacing. And you're doing both for the price of one Ultra. You see where I'm going with this? That's why I put both in your category. That's why I put both in your cart. And then your Zen was to give you your ergonomic, your split layout at an affordable price of $60. So that's why your cart had 3 pads in particular. And the R, the only reason the R was here is because you want the left pinky. But if you don't care about the pinky, the R is removed from the cart. And you're looking at those 3. You're looking at a T and a C from Hot Free 2. And then a Zen regular from Dual Pad. And that'll tackle all 3 of your options, right? So now back to CC, please. Your question is space between the thumb buttons and the 2. So I'll answer that. And then the C16 to Ultra. The C16 to the Ultra, so far for my playtime, it feels like you're going to see a lot of people in the Hot Free 2 Discourse saying the C16 is the end all be all. And they're not, like, I'm not being rude, but like, they're very happy with this product. And that is because they're getting an S feel on a full-size pad with a premium metal base, custom artwork, y'all can't see it on the camera, but custom graphics on the bottom, the glowing lights, all the things, like these buttons are kind of clicky, but all the glowing things on the top, and then the artwork. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm dropping all my stuff. Take this off. The artwork, right? There's a button here you push. It's not that you can miss it. The big button that says push on it, right? You push that button, you just hold it. When you lift this top off, I'm taking my artwork, so I'll take it off. But you just change your artwork on the fly, and it comes with like 5 sheets of artwork. So some you can color on, some that like are pre-designed. You get the point, right? And that's where the C for the price covers a lot of it. If the C was $150 and the Ultra was $150, I would just take the Ultra, because they're both like, the Ultra is full metal and all the blah blah blahs. But yeah. And then, the top is magnetic. Some people tell you, hey, this is warping. I'm giving away the whole review. This is warping right here, right? It's not warping. This is a brand new design. So there's a light ring around the keycap. You have to make sure everything is pushed down around the ring. Then your top, when you put it on, you go one by one and make sure that it lines up. Where's it at? and now boom, it's flush. It's flush now. So different, like people, I've seen a few complaints where they're saying, hey, when I put it back together, why is it lifting up and humping up on the top or the bottom? You just have to go one ring by, because the top is very snug fit. So you need to make sure that it's close to the rings. And then once you do that, everything's flush because the magnets hold in place and it doesn't fall. The magnets are tight, it doesn't fall out. But that's why the C is a great value, because it's basically an S, but full size with all the blah, 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 blahs extra. Whereas the Ultra, the buttons. You asked about the buttons. So looking at the buttons on the bottom, I don't have a, oh, I do have a top. I'll show you. Here is the C top, right? Like I said, I'm giving away everything because the C is actually kind of special. The C is actually kind of a different layout. Can y'all see? Where's my mouse at? Where's my mouse? Right there. Okay, now I can see. Okay, good. When you look close right there, the C is not exactly an Ultra. It's actually slightly wider, like barely wider. Like the C little gap right here is barely wider. See how close these buttons are here? Because when I line this up, where's that? I'm sorry. Like that. The buttons here essentially are this roughly, like it's a little bit wider, but essentially the same, right? This is different. You can see on the C, this is shifted over, right? If I put this on top of there, and then when you look at the, like when I line it up, ignore all this, but look here, these two are basically in the same position, but this is slightly higher, like ever so slightly higher, and this is ever so slightly higher, right? Ever so slightly. When you look at your directional, I lay it on there, you can see this side, I'm sorry, I'm moving it around, so it's like shifting, but these essentially sit perfectly the same. This, the C is lower by like almost half a keycap lower. So your thumb is a little bit lower on the C, like barely, right? A little bit lower there. So all those little things like that, and you can see once you line it all up, the C is wider than the Ultra. So in use, you're not going to notice it. You're just not. This is not a split. You can't call it a split. Don't even try to. It's just slightly different, right? So if you look at the Ultra, oh, one more thing. Can I show some camera? How can I get some camera? Do this. How can I do this? Like that? Does that show up? That does. I don't have any adapters in front of me, do I? I do. Here's an adapter, right? The Ultra is roughly an adapter, like basically an adapter taller on the base. You get more wrist space on the Ultra than the C also, because it's about an adapter sideways longer, like tall. It's not tall, they're the same height. It's the way they're laid out because the components that make this work. Since this is one slab of metal, you can just put the buttons here, just throw a metal slab on top, you're done, right? With this, there's components that are taking place here. There's your metal base, your plastic home row with lights inside. So you need all the wiring, all the blah, 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 blahs. Your base here for your wrist rest, but they didn't want to make it taller because then it wouldn't fit in their case. It wouldn't be a standard T, like R. It wouldn't be the standard size. So they had to keep the same size, but they had to make space for all the components. And then they want this, right? Where you can change your artwork. Well, you need boundaries. You need a border here, you know, border down here, like, oh, you know, the engineering things that we don't really think about, like even the buttons. If you look at a T or most of the other pads, they're kind of just sitting up top. They're kind of up there. There's nothing in their way. But since they're all like clamped in, you need this border here to lock it in place. So that's why some things had to shift down. So your wrist rest is slightly shorter on a C, but it's not worse. It's just slightly shorter. So CC, please, I hope that answered your question, like what you're asking. And I hope that kind of gave like a brief. Excuse me. Let me go up a little bit. Oh, that was a lot. I can drink some water. Gibby Gibberson. Shout out to Gibby. Happy Sunday, Gibby Gibberson. It's CC metal. It's so, I already know, I just said it. I'll say it again, Gibby. The base plate is metal. The frame around, the top frame is plastic. The clear top is acrylic. And the rings are thick plastic. Is one more. When I do the review, I'm going to tell this twice, but I'm going to show y'all now just because we're all here talking about it. When you take this off, I'm taking my artwork out. It's kind of a pain to put back in. Point being is this. This can also be, I shouldn't give the secret away yet. I'm going to save that for the review. There's something about these rings that no one has said, but I'm going to say it. Who cares? I'll say it. The rings, you can turn this into a ringed S. Take this off. If I tear my artwork, I'm going to get so mad. Okay. Can y'all see that? The rings in there you go, boom. The rings inside, if you just take the lid off, this isn't basically an R now. It's got rings now. They're not, it's your fingers run to the edge just like they would an R. Your fingers run to the edge. But point being is, if you like that ringed feel, you could take the top. You don't really have to take the top off, but you could. Or if you like the, I don't know how to say it, but if you just want that feel, but your wrist is simply, you do notice a little bit short. Again, I have a long hand, so my hand's almost, you know what I'm saying? I kind of swallow this thing, but you get the point. Most people probably never thought about this, won't even notice, but you can just play it like this if you wanted to, without the lid on there. And it could be your ringed version, like a standard R if you want it to be that. Or this is a cardstock, so I'll put this artwork back in here. But again, when you put it in, kind of, see, you have to line, you have to go each ring and make sure that goes around them, especially when it's brand new, when your artwork is brand new. You do need to make sure that each one is properly around the ring, or else you're going to see the warping on the top. And there's nothing wrong, it's not broken. It's just, how often do you change your artwork, to be honest? You don't, right? So you're going to do this once, you'll never do it again, but you got to do that. Now I put the lid on top. You see how it's warping right there? Can you see? Yeah, you can see the warping right there. See how it's warping and buckling? No problem. Just go through, line. Now you got to line the top up. And again, I'm using cardstock. I did the color gloss, which is that thin, high gloss color paper. I think that might be better because it's so thin, it just slides right in. But it's not a big deal. Look, boom. Now it's flush. When do you ever touch this? You never touch this anyways. Who cares? Down here, it's flush. Perfect. But that's how you put it back together. And it won't feel, you won't get that buckling. You just take your time, go one by one, just push down each ring. And then it's flush. That easy. Review spoiler. Make sure you like and leave a comment on the review. Spoiler. But yeah, shout out to Gibby. CC, please. I must have missed you talking about the thumb button locations. The C, I haven't talked about the C. Excuse me. The C, I haven't done any discussions on just because I haven't done the review yet. I want to get the Mavericade out first. And then after that, I have one more pad, which is the Razor. But besides that, every other pad that I have to review, or every product right now I got to review, are hot for 2 things just cause right now, right? I have some things that are coming in that are like kind of like cables, just random things for vendors that want to get the word out. I checked it out. I was like, okay, we'll talk about it. But as far as Leverless at this point right now in time, before Evo, hopefully when I go to Evo, there's more things coming. I get all that going. But you get the point. Point being is we'll have the C, we'll have the E, we'll have the X stuff. We'll have the case, we'll have the plugs. I did the case and plug video yesterday. So there's like a bunch of stuff that I'm going to be rolling out over the next month, really. And I could throw it all out at one time, but with the algorithm, all the blah, blah, blahs, I try to do like 1 or 2 a week. That way it gives me content to roll throughout the year and my channel doesn't get, flagged. Not so much flagged. They kind of like shadow ban you if you don't do anything. Shout out to YouTube and all. They're not, oh no, I love you, YouTube. Love you, YouTube. You get the point. Let me check the chat. See, please. I'm a Street Fighter 6 player with big hands. Got you. And when you say big, you say long fingers or fat fingers. I plan on using parry, drive, rush on the right thumb. Okay, and I don't want my hand to feel cramped. So come here. This is next to me. So you're kind of like this. So you want this to be your button here, something like this. Okay. Yeah, okay. This is what I need. This is what I need. 16, way more confident. Yeah, there you go. Bell, boom. Look at all that. After an hour, Bell has been solved. So back to Bell's order for I forget what I was saying. This is why, Bell, we put this in your cart. So you would have a C for that very reason I showed you. No, because here's the one more thing in the plate to kind of give you guys a better clue why I went this route. Because for those that, I'm talking a lot of times, like I'm talking to Sin and Code, like people that know this stuff, right? But, and to Rabo, right? They know this stuff. There's an S. Where's the S? The S is right here. Right? Is that the S or the G? That's like a G. Where's the S? S, boom. So when you look at the S, the C is basically an S. Basically, it's an S. What makes the C unique is that it's a full size S. Like, see the whole, like if I just see how the S is really nice. It's just compact, right? But it's that the C and the S, and I can get to the nuance of what's different. But at the end of the day, they took this S, the tried and true for $30. This thing is tried and true, but it doesn't fit on your lap. It could be, you know, it serves its purpose. But if you want to sit and play on your lap or on your other things, you have big hands. It can be uncomfortable because it's so small. That's where the C comes in, where it's basically the same layout. If you remove all the special features, when you're playing with it, it feels very much like an S. But it's slightly more wider because the slight split. You get the point. It's not a T, is what I'm trying to say. So now it's full size. That's where I can push to the C because you're getting a full size S, the T, which is a full size T, and then the Zen gives you ergo, and boom. Again, for you when you're logged in, it's cheaper, but you get the point. So I don't want to beat a dead horse, as we say. You get the point. So shout out to Bell. I think we figured Bell out. CC, please. How do your hands personally feel with each? There's all the hinges. Yeah, thanks. All the hinges. Thanks, CC. Bell with wider spacing. I'm just checking the songs, buttons on Ali, and that's a choice. All their Raptors listings. Why would you limit a button for controllers to one per shopper? What the heck? That's messed up. One button per shopper. That is very peculiar. They must be running out of stock, Sin. So they're like ordering one by one. Imagine these 16 buttons, you put 16 orders. That'd be ridiculous. It's what the hot right now. That actually goes so what the hot is, or is, you know what they really should do? It's getting hot in here with Nelly. They should do a Nelly commercial with hot. Well, no, that get a little spicy, but still, I just want to play my controllers off. I don't know, but they have so many models. I should try to make that. Well, they're gonna flag that video. That audio was definitely copywritten. But anyway, that is the C. That is your order, I think, Bill. That gives you a similar price for one, but all the things. Yeah, and since we're doing full spoilers, I might as well just spoil this too. Like, please drop a like on this video and a comment, all the good things. It helps the algorithm. These hot blocks. I reviewed these yesterday. Someone like Sin's in front of his name's in front of me. So someone like Sin would get value out of this because he would take the time to install this. Anyone else that is not very, if you don't like taking things apart, I may push you away from these. Because what's nice is this plug wedges, I'm not sure the colors, I'm colorblind, so it looks a little off to me. You guys can probably see it, but the little nub that goes to your controller, it's a nub at the end, so it locks in place, right? I can barely see that. So it does its job and it works. It's just, if you are not the type to take things apart, you're going to have a time trying to get it to stay in. Once it's in, it stays. It's getting it in that's the problem. Okay, I've got 5 minutes. When the video comes out, I'm trying to word this because there's nothing wrong with it. And for folks that need this, it works. But I would hate for someone who's not mechanically inclined. It seems so extreme when I say it that way. For someone that's like that to, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone because I'm still getting my thoughts. I'm gonna say that because as someone doing reviews, here's the funny thing. I have to be careful how I say things. You're gonna get sued. It's not about getting sued. If I say someone, the R16 creaks, I leave it at that. They're gonna think it's trash. The R16 is fantastic. I use that thing all the time. I put ghost switches and O-rings on it. I think it's quiet as can be. I put the EVA foam on the bottom. It doesn't slip, doesn't move. But I didn't say that part. I just said the one piece. So you don't hear the whole story. You think your mind, as humans, our mind can go left when it needs to sit neutral, like a fighting game. Hey, Google, stop, right? So when I talk about the plug, I gotta watch how I say it because it works and there's value. It's just, you just kind of have to like finagle to get it in there. Stop. Anyway, check chat. I own them from my favorite Kailh. Yeah, you got CSP. Please, video like, thank you. Just ordered the Ultra C16 is Shadow. CC, please, like, I just balled out, order everything under the sun. Just ordered the Ultra, the C16, the Deep Sea Islets, and Shadow Hunting. Nice. Looking forward to finding out which will work best for me. Thanks, no problem. And CC, since you're a baller, let's talk money. Let's talk money. And this is not like expensive. We're gonna talk, since you're in the space. That comment alone tells me where you are, right? So look. Kailh, Sacred Falcons. Ugh, mini. These are starting to come down. Now they've only been out like a month or two, so the price is coming down. And fun fact, it says 136 bucks. Do not pay that. Go to their website and just order them from here. Here's where I got mine from. They were 60 bucks for 100. Sacred. Ugh, Falcon. Ugh, mini. Ugh. Good grief. Don't you get frustrated? You just want to give somebody your money and they make it so hard. Like, I just take my money. Well, first of all, would you like to sign up for it? No, just take my money. Well, did you know you can also click? Okay, I'm leaving your store. I'm trying to use their search to just show you the Kailh Sacred Falcons. And right there. What is this? What changed? Why is their site not just letting me buy them? Oh, wait. This is the right side. It's the right side. I'm sorry. Hurry, because I gotta get off of here. What is that noise outside? What is going on here? This is what I like about having two Macs. I could copy from one Mac to the other and like pass my links around. I'm having to go one by one. Point being is this: you can buy these on their website for 60 cents a switch. So it's like $60 for 100 of these things. Whereas on AliExpress, why do I hear music? Yeah, you guys get the point. I'm gonna stop because, or wait, mini. Is this it? Here it is. I found it. I knew I'd find it. It's like, here's the Deep Sea Islets. If you need these switches, in this particular case, don't go to AliExpress. I'm learning this now after last month what I did. I'm getting from here now. I just go straight to Kailh. So look, I need 100. Add a cart. The Sacred Minis, I need 100. Am I typing that right? There it goes. Add a cart. View cart. What else? I have a bunch of stuff from like another video, I guess. Remove this. Remove this. But you see, look, 60 bucks for 100. Again, I'm in a weird space. I need 100. Most of y'all don't. Oh, I put 1100. Whoops. Right, remove this. Boom. 60 bucks. Whereas you go to this is the few times AliExpress is the worst. You go to AliExpress. Where'd it go? Right there. And you're paying, for 100, you're paying $136. 114. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Make sure you go to the right place. All right, let me check chat. Report. Yeah, no problem. Don't get it twisted. I'm returning the one I don't. He said he's balling on a budget. So you need a proper tool to remove them from slab style control once the buttons. Facts. Yep. Bell, what is the best linear V2 switch? No. Here's the ones that I prefer, and this will kind of be my closing. Sorry, 3 o'clock. I gotta get off here. Okay, so see, can I show them here? Can I do this fast? Okay, short travel. What's special here is, right, the shadow hunting are fantastic, but you're paying 20 for 20, something like that. How much is shadow hunting? Shadow hunting. Okay, shadow hunting are, oh, the price went down. That's good. $10. Really? Okay, that's weird. I don't know what's happening here. This is not right. Because usually it's 17 bucks. We're gonna say it's 17 for sake of conversation. This is not right. If you're logged in, it's 17. So 17 and you get 20 of these, right? If I go to Kailh, I can get 30 of these. for 18. And that's nothing new. Like the LoFrees, the Kailhs, you're getting 10 more for the same price as the Cosmox Hot for 2. And that's because they're specially made for them. So obviously it costs them more money. So that's why there's overhead. So they're not ripping you off. Like, don't go there. It's just, you know, it costs them more. That's what it is. So the switches I like, I'll say what they are. Where's my list? I can read it off my list, because that way I'm not like missing anything. The switches that I prefer, and they're on my Discord. Shout out to my Discord. Can I drop a link to my Discord in here? If you guys are looking for gear, I have all the controllers. I have all the gear I've used for each pad, like categorized, so you can find everything there. Let me drop this link, and then let me get my butt off of here. Daughter comes looking for me. Hello. Okay, there we go. Where's that? So I'll read them off. Where is it? I'm sorry. Bear with me. Here it goes. Bear with me. Okay, copy this. So here's my Discord again. Oh, you can't see. That's on purpose, Bellamy. That's on purpose. I'm not sharing my screen. There's a Discord. Okay. Here's the list. And I don't have it on this piece, so I can't show you. I'll just read it out loud. The switches that I use that are linear. Boom, here we go. For short travel, I use the Shadow Hunting and the Kailh Sacred Falcons, which I showed you guys. Those are my top. They're equal, top 1 and 2. They're perfect. The Tikitaka Panda V2s, they're third to these two, or second, whatever. But they're there, but they're not as good as these two. For me, at this point, these two are just better at this point. Now, my standard linears. I like the wind engines. The LoFree Specters are brand new. Those are fantastic. They feel very Winden-esque, but some feel slightly snappier. I haven't tested on more pads. I can't give you like a full rundown, but so far, they're fantastic. Wind engines, LoFree Specters. The Kailh Spring Season, they're not bad. I'm getting used to them. The Ghost switches from LoFree, fantastic. And the White Rains. Those are my Wind Engine, Specter, Spring, Ghost, White Rain. Those are my 5 that I use that are linears. Now my silent linears I use. The Deep Sea Islet Pinks, fantastic. The standard Kailh sign, they're like a tan color. They're fine. The LoFree Hades, I haven't had enough time with those yet, so I'm not going to they're there, but they're not so much. The Ghosts are in a weird space because the Ghosts aren't as quiet as these 3, but they're quieter than your standard linear. So I put the Ghosts here also, and the Ghosts, they're like your all-around switch, the LoFree Ghosts. For sliding, the Tikitaka Panda V1, they're like a black and white. They're 34s. They're good. They're snappy, but they're good for sliding. I don't really slide, but they are what they are to kind of help with that. If you like tactile, the ones I've tested are the Phantom and Clicky are the Wizards. I've tested those, and that's about it. So those are the switches that I like. All right. So I'm not going to show pictures. It's going to take too long to type it all in, but I hope that kind of covers all that. All right. Oh, there you go, Milo. See, I like the wind engine more than the shadow. Exactly right. And that's where I try my best to tell people what's best, because there's nothing best. These are just the ones in this category that I like. Because to Milos's point, there are certain times, like last time at the tournament, the Shadow Hunting or was the Kailh Sacred Falcon, same thing. They were so low that I hit rage by accident because I was the way my hands were sitting on my lap at this particular, it wasn't like my normal area. So when I hit the button by accident, I hit a rage and I lost the round because she punched it. I lost my train of thought, but yeah, there's no better. But those in those categories, the ones that I like, those are the short travel, my full linears, and boom. So Milo, since you like the wind engine, look at the LoFree Specters. These switches here. Again, I've only put them on the P12, but the little bit of time I spent, fantastic. You get 100 for $60, right? These will probably buy by like September. We'll start seeing them on AliExpress because the Ghost is everywhere. LoFree makes the Ghost, right? But we're gonna start seeing those more because here's the Ghost right there. See Ghost. Here are the Hades. These I need more pads to test on because they I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's so funny. I thought the Specters I wasn't gonna like. I thought I was gonna like the Hades because they're quiet. And it was the opposite. The Specters were fantastic. The Hades I was torn on. So the Ghost and the Hades, Ghost and Specter, Ghost and Specter right now are doing their thing very well. And the Hades, I wouldn't be surprised that I start to like them more once I try a different material. 4.8, well, that doesn't matter. But anyway, I gotta get off here. Okay. To answer all the questions, yes, I did. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, the shadows are 18 for 20, yeah, and the sacres are 18 for 30. That's same as the ghost. The ghost is 18 for 30, and the wind engine were 18, we're 20 for 20. You get the point. You get the point. You know, that's always been that way, and that's just because, again, it's not a knock on Hot42 or Cosmox. They just that's what it is, right? They're ordering a specially made Switch that's going to cost them more, and that's why. So, and they also do special packaging, because when you order these, they just come in a jar. And it's like, here you go, here's your jar. Have a nice day. You know, they did custom branded packaging, all the things, and that's why the Hot42 Cosmox are more. And theirs actually feel like a certain way. Like Hot42 Cosmox do feel a certain way, and they're nice. So Kailh is almost catching up to their request to give other companies a similar equivalent Switch without being exactly the same. I have a lot of misinputs to shadow hunting. Yeah, and that's where Bell would need to know something like that, Milosh, where Bell, if you've never had a shadow, don't let people trick you and think they're the best, right? It's you just, each material, each pad, everything, it's all spice, right? They all, yeah. And anyone else, even CCP, you know, it's all, yeah. I gotta get out of here. Thanks, CC. I gotta get out of here. I hope you guys have a really good week, and all those good things. I will talk to y'all later. I gotta take a shower, watch the Squid Game with the family, and do some homework. Y'all have a good weekend. I'll holler at y'all later. Bye.